Arknights.
Have you been on the ship all day, Doctor? Me? No, I just happened to be behind you. It's pure coincidence.
I'm here. Don't worry. There's no issues going on right now. Nope. I'm totally not invisible right now. 1 second. Okay, now I don't know why I'm not here. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Arknights. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing well, Mateo. Fortunately, I won't be able to stay for the whole stream. Yeah, no worries. No worries. So you're having people over. Yeah, hope you have a good time. Yeah, we also don't have any banners that we need to pull on right now, so I think we're good to just start. Invisible thing mark thing. Heck yeah. Yeah. Hope it's a good time. Ooh, hold on. Arknights official artworks volume 2. Yo, I kinda want that. I kinda want that. That sounds pretty good, though, you know, delivery and all that stuff. Probably expensive, but I don't know. Oh, by the way, this stream should be in 1080p at 60 frames per second. It's actually 59, 90 something, but it shows up at 60, so hey, I'll take that. So yeah, it should look that way. If there's any lag or if the stream crashes at any point, please do let me know. If there's any buffering at any point also, hopefully there isn't. But if there is, do let me know. And there is a way that I can tweak this so that there is, well, worst comes to worst, I'll just have to lower the quality. But, you know, hopefully I can just change some settings here that there are available so that, you know, it doesn't buffer for you guys. So yeah. Yeah, thank you, Mateo. Yeah. So, let us get to the main story. It's been a while. It's been a long time. And we never read anything. Oh, yeah. This is about where I left off, so like about halfway through. Yeah, about halfway? Is this like... Yeah, I don't know in which stage. I think the stage where I left off, which is around here, is probably when this happens. Or maybe it's later. It's whenever the... I guess... Is this the boss? Yeah, whenever that boss happens with a Revenant. I think that's when the... Yeah. So, I guess for now, let's just get to the main event. Yeah. Fallen from memory, prepare to seek the ending. Here we go. I'm really excited for it. Actually, it's gonna be good. Since, you know, I recorded for the... Oh, now that I think about it. Because, you know, I recorded for the video that I'm making. But, because of... Yeah, I just wanted more material, so I decided to also stream reading through the story. And yeah, it's gonna be good that I'm streaming it at 1080, so that, you know, the file is good quality. So yeah, hopefully I don't need to record it. I guess I'll see what the quality is after the stream and then see if I also should record it or just stream is fine. But anyway, let's see. Let's do this. Oh boy, we're starting off the right track with Arknights. With... not every meeting has a beautiful ending. Well, not every meeting. For some reason, I remembered it as not every story. It already shows that, you know, it's been a while since I've read this. Well, let's see. Not every meeting has a beautiful ending, Amiya. A lot of stories end suddenly. A lot of stories keep us tossing and turning in our beds. And some stories end with a long, long sigh. In a wilderness without end, people meet and go their separate ways. But at the crucial moment when we cross paths, no one knows if we should really be saying such solemn goodbyes. You also know the story is gonna be peak when it starts that way. To be fair. With a little quote. Anyway, we're back. Real Theresa, hello. How we doing? High res Theresa, by the way. Come in. And little Amiya. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I guess for anyone watching that doesn't know, I have read through part of this story, but I read it on my own. And I decided to go back because I was planning to make a video of it, and I still might. But I do miss reading it on stream, so yeah. As well, we're back here. But yeah. Teresa, you're back. Amiya? What's the matter? Look what time it is. You should be in bed. If you don't want Calcid... you should be in bed if you don't want Calcid getting angry with you. I know, but I can't sleep. Want me to sleep with you? It's okay. You still have work to do. You've been waiting for me all day, haven't you? Did something happen? Nope. Everyone's been very nice to me. And I'm keeping up with my homework too. I finished all the assignments Dr. Calcid gave me. But I know you've been really busy, and I shouldn't bother you. But I don't know why. I really wanted to see you today. Is that right? Come, Amiya. I'm here. Teresa kneels down and hugs Amiya. I'm here for you now. Alright. I saw you standing here, waiting by yourself while everybody else was gone for so long. I still remember the look on your face. I don't get it. Are you worried about something? Isn't everyone saying we're about to win? Yes, there's always good news. Our fighters captured another town. We advanced our position once more. Castle, our home, is closer than ever. But so I guess you can tell now about what time this is. Amiya, Babel still has a very long journey ahead of us. Our goal is so far away. I don't actually know if we're still sailing towards our original destination. Teresa lets out a brief sigh and looks into the distance. Amiya follows Teresa's gaze, but finds nothing. Babel does not exist to win victories. It never has. Victories and scars go hand in hand, and those scars are far more difficult than we ever anticipated to heal. Or rather, can they even be healed? Teresa's voice is very soft, almost like a dream melted away in water, as a cloud of mist rises. The brief momentary smile that she had before now seems distant and hazy. The young Cottage girl thinks that, for a moment or two, the woman holding her hand all this time, almost seemed to have disappeared into the mist herself. And so Amiya makes the effort to stand on her tiptoes and stretches her hand out. The young girl's soft fingertips touch the forehead between the eyes of the king of Sarkis. She tries to smooth these knitted brows. I don't know, I'm 9 years old. yeah, right. She's like, just pat. Just, you'll be alright. I mean, you won't, but, you know. They can. They will. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Teresa, I still remember what you told me. Perhaps one day, we'll be able to let everyone on this vast land fall into peaceful slumber. Right. That includes you. And me. Go, Amiya. We have lots of time to talk about the future. But if you stay up all night, you won't be getting any taller. What are you going to do if you're still a teeny tiny bean by the time Rhodes Island is proudly sailing across the vast lands? Oh. He's like, oh crap, you're right. If I point my ears up, I'll look taller, won't I? You really don't want to go back to your room, don't you? I'm not being naughty. I'm just... Alright, let's not tell Calcid then. You can stay a little longer. It's been a while since I told you a story, hasn't it? It's okay. I still remember all the stories you told me. A long time ago, there was a great big desert and a tiny little doll made of sackcloth. The little puppet swore he will cross the desert to find the legendary Plains of Hope. But you never told me how the story ends. Oh, that one, huh? There were a lot of scary things out there in the desert. If I were to tell you, you'd never sleep again. I'm not scared of them. Besides, with you telling the story, I'm sure it will have a nice ending. Alright, we'll see. The desert. It was so vast and wide, like there was no end to it. Our little puppet had been through many great adventures, and at last, he made it. His goal was right in front of him, the Plains of Hope. What were the plains like? The kind of place that anyone would like to call home. The kind of place with all the carrot pies I could eat? With everybody on the landship here too? Maybe. But things are never that easy in these stories. He still had to overcome the last obstacle that stood in the way. The desert was very cold, and the wind there never stopped. In the light of the twin moons, there seemed to be some black cloaked shadows whispering to themselves. But the moment he looked for them, they disappeared. What were the black cloaked shadows? They were the echoes of the oldest despair and sadness. If they catch you, you'll never escape them. The shadow whispered among themselves and laid trap after trap to stop the puppet. The black cloaked shadows didn't want to let the puppet make it any further. They did everything they could to try and get him to turn around. Because if the puppet made it through the desert, hope will start to spread their way, and they will disappear. But the puppet didn't know that. His goal never once changed. The puppet made it past their traps and foiled their plans. All the tricks they had up their sleeves had failed. They were furious, and they decided they weren't going to hide anymore. They were going to duke it out with the puppets and fight him to the death. When he saw the shadow rushing toward him, the puppet took out a long spear, made of a needle and some threads. Then he... Whoa. Again, I'm 9 years old. Teresa, why did they become the echoes of despair and sadness? Asking the right questions. Well, about that. Did they catch your empathy? And the pain kept them up at night? Then maybe the puppet could cure them, just like you and Dr. Kaltsit want to do. Cure them? If the puppet cured them and turned them into happy and peaceful shadows, then everyone could go to the plains of hope together, right? Were they born baddies who like to scare people? No, dear, of course not. The puppet found out that they all had wounds on their bodies. It was the wounds that turned them into who they were. Couldn't he fix them up with his needle and thread? Just like what you always do. Maybe. Perhaps it's worth a try. Oh. Hold on. I don't think that's a Amiya yawn. Very deep Amiya yawn. Sleepy? No, I'm not. Did he do it? The puppet tried over and over. The stitches were thick and ugly. The black cloaked shadows were livid. What happened next? Maybe peace and happiness don't really come so easily. But in the end, they decided to let the puppet go. The black cloaked shadows watched the puppet walk into the distance. They decided they'd let the puppet give it a shot, but a big river stood before him. He didn't even know how wide it was. All he knew was that he couldn't see the other side of the river. He knew that the plains of hope were on the other side, but there weren't any boats nearby. There wasn't even a decently sized front. What do I do now? The puppet thought to himself, as he decided to see if he could swim across. But he's a cloth puppet. Right, he was made of cloth. If he got wet, he would only get heavier and heavier until he sank to the bottom of the river. But if he stopped here, his journey would have been for nothing. He leapt into the water and found that the river was cold and salty, like tears. Apparently, a lot of people across the lands wanted to go to those plains, but not one of them succeeded. It was their tears that formed the river. The puppet finally understood just how many people shed tears over this. The puppet swam and swam. He felt his body slowly soaking up the tears. Did the other side of the river really exist? Perhaps the shadows were right. It was called the Plains of Hope because no one could truly make it there. People speak different languages, and their hearts are not connected. Home. Home. But a river meant that there must also be a source to return to. Sleep soundly, Amiya. Good night. That's very interesting. That's really interesting. I'm sure that's gonna come into play. Amiya has no idea what that meant, though. I'm glad we're reading through this again, because I feel like reading it, like actually reading it out loud, I don't know, for me, I guess helps actually sink in what I'm reading through. I think, even though I did get the gist of it when I was reading through it before, yeah, there were a lot of details that kind of skipped my mind, I guess, because I was reading it in my mind only. Hi, Shrizal, welcome in. Hey, Guardian Contingency content, hello. Welcome. I just read through this little prologue to the story. I guess the prologue to this part of the story. This specific node. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Herald does not understand the narrative implications, the meta-narrative implications, yeah. I will say something, especially those final lines, kind of feel very Metal Gear. I know I've drawn the comparisons a lot to Arknights and Metal Gear in the past. I'm not muted, Shrizzle. I'm not. I don't know if the stream is muted for you, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. Not muted. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Cool. No worries, Rizzo. How you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, I've drawn the comparisons with Metal Gear. I would love to play those games at one point. But yeah, some of that, yeah, like meta-narrative, as you said, there seems to be some connections, which I find it cool. Similar themes, I guess. Yeah. As different as the stories are. Yeah. Let's see. Amiya has no idea how she got back to her room. That night, she slept very soundly. Did the puppet make it across the shore? What happened in the end? A ravine suddenly appeared. Just like that, the two sides had lost contact. Speaking of ravines, yup, we're back. Yeah, so Amiya passed out last chapter of the story. So I guess she was dreaming about that. Amiya? Yeah, Doctor, when did you get back? Is everyone waiting for me? I'm sorry, I'll just need a minute. Good job with battle. You did very well. You did well during the battle. Illusion of choice. Yeah, I did. Kinda killed it there. It's okay, Doctor. I'm all ready. Let's head over there together. Yep. Time to make plans. Let's do this. Okay, thank you. I was like, is music gonna kick in? Please. Hi, Sish. Hi, old Sish. We're about ready for departure. Every one of us has to leave Brentwood. Good thing these bones are large enough for all of us to fit. And Horn. Let's go, Horn. The military commission must already have caught wind that we've taken control of the town and the lifebone. It goes without saying, but the skeleton is of tremendous importance. Their counter-offensive might already be on the way. Perhaps the Sarkas are watching our every move as we speak. I kinda killed. Literally, yep. Really hit him with that true damage. Ever since their rapid tactical unit, the Witchling, took to the skies, it's always felt like somebody has been watching us in the mist. It's unnerving. The Witchling? Is that what we're calling it? Or what they are calling it? Anyway. The battle will only get more dangerous from here on out. We all know that. The Exemplars will not give up their counter-offensive on Londinium. We have no other choice. Victorious people have endured this long enough already. Good thing we seized the skeleton. Under ideal conditions, it will serve as a temporary stronghold. The wounded and civilians will also get to settle down a little. No, I don't know about that. Besides, what Holder said is true. It can teleport anywhere, although it might make the users nauseous. This is indeed some much appreciated help, but something is bothering me. Why wouldn't the military commission defend such an important transport to the death? Perhaps they gave up because of the pressure of the battlefield, or perhaps Duke Rael, the Sanguinarch, underestimated his enemies. But it's more likely that their plan in Londinium has already reached a stage where they can't afford to worry about anything happening outside. The Sanguinarch still completed his final ritual. That may be exactly why they turned their gaze not to the lifebone, but somewhere else. Holder has finished negotiating with the consciousness left in the skeleton. It will... yes, listen to our proposal. With its help, we will be able to return to the battlefield at any moment. Yeah, right, the Holder convinced them to take us. Most importantly, it gave us an opportunity to get close to the airship and the shard. If we make use of this trump card, well, Just maybe, we'll be able to mount an airborne assault on Central Londinium. Take out their headquarters directly. Good, I like that. The area around the shard is heavily guarded, and my guess is that the military commission's airship won't let us hover over their heads without a fight. All we can do is find an opening for a strike team to enter, and as soon as they've made it in, we'll have the lifeboat depart. That means the strike team can't retreat. But at the same time, we still have to get to the bottom of what's been bothering Amiya. What exactly are the Sarkas planning? And how to foil the little tricks. Yeah, I've probably gone this whole arc without knowing what even their endgame is. I mean, we've gotten glimpses of it, but we haven't really gotten a clear idea. We won't be able to take the shard with this little time by ourselves. But we still have friends inside the massive city. We need to get in touch with them. According to our intelligence, there likely aren't many combatants stationed inside the shard. Based on my experience fighting their commander, if there is Amiya, what would you say our chances are? No, we should avoid a direct confrontation with him at all cost. No one is strong enough to single-handedly defeat Theresis. Hey Les, welcome in. Stare. How you doing? Just reading through this first chapter of the story. Drinking some water in the meantime. So yeah, we're avoiding Theresis, for the most part. Besides, our greatest threat right now is not a single powerful Sarkas hero. Rather, it is their ambition to see their plans come to fruition. Yeah. For the chess time. We will only be able to end this war quickly by stopping it from happening. Yeah, stopping the plan rather than the man. A few squads on their own can't end the war. We still need the Victorian military. It's true that the Duke of Windermere perishing on the front lines is beyond what any of us might have. Oh, forgive me, Lady Delphine. No, yep, I was here. Sitting beside you now is an intelligence office in the service of Duke Windermere, not her daughter. Pay me no mind. The Duke of Windermere's untimely passing has disrupted the fragile balance on the outskirts of Londinium. They are on the brink of war. Until a few weeks ago, I was still under the impression that the Dukes were to put their minds to it and attack Londinium together. Sarka's defeat will have been all but assured. This will be a decisive battle, one far worse than what any of the bigwigs have been anticipating. At long last, yep, finally ain't it. Doing fine, we'll catch up on other streams later. It sounds good, Les. Yeah, no worries. Hope you've been well. Yeah, it's good to see you again. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, as I said, I've read through part of this, but it's been fun catching up. And also, like I said earlier, reading it out loud, that really helps sink in actually what's going on. Let's see. I'd like to say they wish this upon themselves, but it's the frontline soldiers and innocent citizens who are suffering right now. So when the time comes, who's going to win? Us, the Exemplars, or the Dukes? Or us, the Exemplars, or the Dukes? I mean, who can say, right? Oh, sorry. I guess I shouldn't be asking that if you're on operation. Right? Like, what is this? Place your bets or something? It's fine. I know what it is you're worried about. But there's no need to worry. A great many people stood up, raised their heads, and woke from their dreams because of this calamity, whether willingly or forced. You are far from the only ones. We need to focus on the problems at hand. How to break through the battlefield for our Londinium counteroffensive, as well as how to stop the Shard strikes. Won't be easy. The next step in the Sarkas plan most likely has to do with Originium. Right. It's very likely that it will apply ancient Sarkas research on Originium. If we don't have time, we need to decide on a route for advance. Well, let's keep planning, you know? Taking the battlefield head on is our one and only choice. Well, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, yeah, we just gotta go at them. We received a transmission indicating we have several road silent support teams on the way. There are many things we will only be able to accomplish here as road silent. I will command their operation, I will see your strategy executed flawlessly. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. And put this crisis behind us, enough confidence. We just gotta raise that, we just gotta raise the morale. It seems none of us have any objections. That being the case, Go roadside? No. Everyone turns to Amiya. Suddenly, you feel a hint of relief, gratification, excitement, and pride. After all, you're standing right beside her. This war has come to a head, and Theresia intends to use some more decisive and forceful means to tear Victoria to shreds. This has nothing to do with whether the Sarkas truly have a right to revenge. It has nothing to do with whether the nobles may bear this heavy burden for Victoria. If we solve all our problems by destroying our enemy, then this land, plagued by war from the beginning, has no hope. The Confessari and Theresias are there, at the heart of Londinium, toppling this empire standing on shaky ground. I will go to them, and I will stop them. For that future, and for the future of all. So it's straight up, yeah. Tallulah type move, just like, yep, I will go talk to the main boss. You guys worry about the rest. Like her dialogue, she realized that, wow, this crap got way out of hand. Yeah. That really seems to be the vibe, at least. Well, I don't remember in the previous chapter, but definitely in this chapter. Like, how did we get to this point? How did we get to this, like, cosmic... We're in, like, a normal, you know, war. Now we're in this cosmic, ancient revival of civilization situation. Like, how did we get here? Obviously, you know, that was the plan all along for the Sarkas, but on our side, it's like, how did things escalate? On all fronts, right? Not only on that. But yeah, that's high W. Yeah, past W, or OGW. Not even OGW. I'm surprised that they never made this outfit a skin. Will be cool. It's in a big gap like this such a waste? I got some really juicy explosives from Closure. Enough to pack every corner of this place full. They're still cooking up stupid ideas like mounting an attack on Londinium. This is the military commission we're talking about. Who knows what tricks Theresias got up his sleeve. So, pound the place, straight up! What do you think the military commission went through all that trouble to hide the skeleton, instead of treating it as a second airship? Excuse me. This thing is fragile. It's only thanks to the witchcraft device that we can communicate with the pheromone's lingering breath of life. An attack, no matter how weak, will spell the end of it. Could spell the end of it. Spell, yes. You think I'm talking about dropping bombs out of it? I'm saying let's make it the bomb. A bomb that can fly just about anywhere it wants. That can fly right into Theresia's face at any moment. Perfect bomb. See, I mean, she's kinda cooking. I'm not gonna lie. How did it come to a teleporting giant skeleton, right? Even the main cast got non-playable skin. Yeah, yes, it's really weird. Well, I wonder what the deal with that is. Like, if it's like an artist thing, or just they didn't bother with it. I don't know. What? You're still thinking about letting it take us back to Castle? If we don't deal with Theresias, we ain't going anywhere. Let's take the simplest path to solving our problems here. I mean, not wrong. Got something to share with the class? Nothing at all, but I didn't expect to see you so tense. Should I teach you a few deep breathing techniques? Huh? Whatever, W. Get in the right frame of mind for this operation. Otherwise, no amount of explosives is going to fix what's going on in your head. Dang. That just means we're gonna need even more bombs. If you say so. Huh. Ines? What? What? Remember when we ran into that lich the other day? Never mind, forget it. You're wondering whether the Theresa out there's real or not again, aren't you? Yeah, the one up in the altar, right? Enough of that. I'm not the one you need to convince. I wasn't the one who called her a fake first either. Nah. Did I ever tell you your arts are disgusting? I didn't need to read your shadow. You've been pretty anxious for a while now. What will you do if you run into her again? I told you, it's a fake. I'm gonna kill it and be done with this. And what if it's not? And I'll rescue her and get to the bottom of everything. That's Theresa. I know. I think you don't. You haven't figured out how to treat Theresa. how to handle an enemy leader. That's a taboo, and you know it far better than I do. Sarkas expletive. I like how they do put the swear words for other languages, but for Sarkas specifically, they're like, yeah, you don't even want to know what that sounds like, or what that looks like in text. Ines, you know what pisses me off the most? I remember a lot of stuff. I remember the crystal on the head of the old fart who told me how to make explosives. I remember the prices on your heads. I remember how Her Highness wrestled with that door, and how Calcid once got her hair cut in the same door. I remember all these things that don't even matter. But I don't remember. I can't for the life of me remember when the last time I saw her was, or even what we talked about. Yeah, I barely ever had a normal conversation with her. Yeah, I mostly just stood and stared at her really weirdly. But yeah. Hey everyone, did I read Babel? Yes, we did. Yeah, a while ago. Ines W, can you stop thinking about the here woman for 5 minutes? Yeah. Yeah. So we're caught up, I believe, on the side stuff. I mean, there were so many of us on the ship. I was small potatoes, and she was Babel's chairman. It was probably a joke, some silly complaint or nagging. Or again, just creepily staring at her. It definitely wasn't a goodbye. This time, I'll make up for that and say it. Then, I won't forget. Anyways, we gotta get my mercs checking over their equipment. This is gonna be one hell of a job. Whatever you say. But if your legs give out on you, and you need somebody to give you a good kick in the ass, you know who to call. Dang. That was the nicest exchange they've had, probably. Though is it there's a panic, yeah. Just freezing in place. Yeah. This nightmare has gone out long enough. We should be looking straight ahead. I agree, yeah. Let's keep it going. Oh, yep. Meanwhile. Or not meanwhile, right? Because this is before the airship took off? No, because it's not the black and white flashback. Oh, well, there you go. All preparations are complete. The airship is ready to take flight. Yes. It will all be over soon. Come, walk with me one last time, Theresis. Very well. The Military Commission of Casdell has secretly constructed airship docks, just like this one, in the support layers of several sections throughout Londinium. This is the largest among them, and it is where the airship was born. The ship is seen as a terrifying weapon of war, a herald of destruction, and a flying fortress. But very few are aware of the original intent behind the airship's construction. It is to uncover a buried secret. And beyond that, it is to break free of an eternal shackle. The brother and sister are walking in the great ship dock, down a long passageway, where every Sarkas they pass stops and greets the two of them. Excuse me. When was the last time they had a nice walk like this together? Thinking about it, compared to the amount of time they have spent together, the days that have passed is nothing. But they were also long enough. What's in your mind, Theresa? I suddenly remember that when Castle was rebuilt into a nomadic city, we stood next to each other on the city walls, shoulder to shoulder, just like this. It was supposed to be a happy day, but then it rained. Some said it was a bad omen, but I still remember how the soul furnace's flames looked all the brighter in the rain. And there's more. I'm suddenly remembering so much. It's been too long. It has been too long indeed. From castle to castle, our goal lies right before us. There is but one last step in our plan. Those who walk after us will find a great city standing tall upon this land, and we Sarkas will do as we wish, seizing control of our own fate. I need you. Yes, I know. The warriors who once firmly believed in our path. The girl who is called the King of Sarkas. They've all come before you now.
Of course they came. I always believed they would.
Have you decided how you will confront them?
I've never once been confused, but I had hoped this day will take longer to arrive. Now that it's come to this, I actually feel I underestimated those I should have faith in. Theresa's, I'm delighted. I'm delighted that even after we made this decision, they are still willing to stand up against us. They are decisive and strong, and they are growing at an unimaginable pace. Perhaps they will make their way to you in the end. They may be much stronger now than the woman I was, the one who couldn't accomplish anything.
I'm looking forward to it.
Then, it's time for me to leave too.
See ya. Theresa steps into the airship's gangway, while Theresa's remains where he stands, quietly watching her. Theresa. This time, we should bid each other a proper farewell.
Theresa reaches her hand out and smooths out the creases on Theresa's cloak.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The silence lasts until the steel door closes, and its thick shadow shrouds the two of them. They say nothing more. Goodbye now. The pulsing of the myriad souls is ceaseless. Theresa lightly closes her eyes to bear with its surge. The endless murmurs are like the tide. It exhausts. It drags those within it ever downward, and it suffocates. Perhaps within it once existed brief moments of happiness, or the occasional delight, but there is simply too much pain. So much that the pain permeates every word and sentence.
Oh, myriad souls. Even though I have almost completely exhausted myself, I still cannot see the other side. Shattered hearts abound on these lands. And so, even if I have only grief at my disposal, even if my body was wrought of tears, be my oar and my ark. Let tears carry tears, and let suffering lift up suffering. It's time that we set sail.
Is that one of the first times that the word arc has been mentioned? I know it's mentioned in some of Kalsit's lines. But it's kind of interesting that, you know, the game is called Arknights and arc is barely mentioned. Real roll credits type deal. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like, it seems like they really choose when to use that word. It's really cool. Also, I like how, you know, that their goodbye was very, you know, it was nice. It was also very like, goodbye. Just because they made the emphasis that they didn't talk up until, after Theresa, you know, went into the ship. It's like, you ever had that when you say goodbye to someone and then you just keep saying goodbye? Because, you know, you're still within, you know, talking distance. So you're like, bye. Goodbye now. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye. Not like that, but you know. Or you know that thing where we both go the same way. Like say goodbye, but they both go the same way. It's like, okay. The awkwardness, yeah. Yeah, they had a very smooth goodbye. Yeah, oh gosh. I guess especially if it's a building where there's only one exit, it's like, oh, hi again, goodbye again. Oh, anyway. Oh. Stay focused. No need for brain to remind of situations like that. Even though I probably just reminded everyone of it. My bad. Let's see. Logos is examining the bone whistle in his hands. He knows every pattern carved into it, and every wear and tear on its surface. He remembers receiving this from his mother when he was still a small child. Its sound was not nearly as sonorous and vivid as it is now. That outfit too. I guess, yeah, Holder does have the playable outfit right now. I guess his outfit as an agent of the Sarkas would have been cool too, to have. Well, I mean, it's only a very recent unit, right? So they can still make skins. And then for logos, the current skin that he has right now, because he's not yet in his playable costume, that would also be cool, like the Banshee outfit. Yeah. So this is a Banshee's bone whistle. It's my first time seeing the real thing. Banshees are a rare sight among mercenaries to begin with, much less one with a bone whistle. That said, I've heard plenty of stories about bone whistle. It's a symbol of terror. Its sound foretells death's pursuit. Oh, that's his E2? Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Yeah, but I think because the cape specifically seems familiar. Yeah, you're probably right. The Banshees portend death, and willingly serve as the embodiment of death and danger. Second. It's getting really hot over here. But I rarely ever saw you use the whistle. Not at Babel all those years ago, or at Rhodes Island now. Seen a bit of buffering? Oh. Let me see. Okay, bitrate should be fine. Let me set up what I said that I could do. I could set yeah, customs buffer for people who don't have as much. Or yeah, just if the internet connection fluctuates. Let me see. Yeah, hopefully that works. So yeah, if you have if the internet connection, I guess, lowers for you, it can or it fluctuates, I guess. It should give you a lower bitrate, and then once you get a better connection, it like goes back in theory. So yeah, there will be some pixelation, but it should be fine. So yeah, fine here. Yeah, it might be, I guess, fluctuation or something. But yeah, I just changed that, so hopefully it doesn't buffer as much anymore, or at all. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, let me know if the stream stops or anything, or if the buffer continues. But yeah, thank you for letting me know. Let's see. But I rarely ever saw you use the whistle. Not at Babylon those years ago, or at Rhodes Island now. The vampire accused you of rejecting the power of your bloodline. I guess if his E2 outfit is this, it will be nice, because they never do where the E2 actually changes the outfit of the sprite, right? It always just stays the same. Which is weird, especially in characters where their look completely changes in the E2. Like, yeah, it's a couple ones. But yeah, some supporters. Seems to be fixed now? Nice! Yeah, hopefully it stays that way. It already sounded. It need not sound again. Yeah, right. Like the Mudrug without the helmet. Yeah, I guess that's a good example. Yeah, I think most of them change their outfits slightly in their E2. So yeah, will be cool. Metaphors about death itself are dime a dozen. But what comes after death? True, the Banshees portend death, but nothing more. Portend. Portend. What is portend? Portend. Be a sign of warning that something, especially something momentous or calamitous, is likely to happen. Gotcha. If death wasn't the end of all beginnings, and there was more than nothingness after the toll of the death knell, then this foretelling would have been meaningless. That's why we set down the bone whistles for bone pens. New meaning is born from the pen's tips, while the past is only recorded by the same tips. This is why we stand together now, Horder. Is that right? Sure, yeah. Yes, towards the other side of death, rebirth. It matters not what Theresis intends to accomplish. This war will not and cannot be allowed to develop into a raging fire that destroys the Sarkas, as history has seen countless times over. Having burned for so long, this hatred cannot be easily extinguished, but we can stop it from engulfing all souls upon this lands. That includes each and every race there is. Doctor, holding tight. The final battle is able to begin. Let's go. The Fernwood skeleton wriggles his body and once again dives straight into history. The fragments of time are like bubbles in a muddled stream. After they break up, the remains are still vague and indistinct. Amiya feels the rippling space-time rushing past her. You look at her and see her eyelashes twitching. What exactly does she see? Perhaps nothing more than reflections passing by, or fleeting hallucinations. The distance between memories and history is always much longer than we expect. Oh, there it is. Countless sceneries, both ancient and modern, sweep by under the Pheromone's frame. Those who find themselves within are astonished by this advancement or regression of times, the disasters that unfold before them, and the happiness in their hands. But when looking upon them from high above, perhaps these sights have never actually changed. Then, the illusion grows much stranger and more twisted. Stranger. A seed is rapaciously absorbing nutrients. It writhes, whimpers, trying to tear away all fabricated representation. This creation, far beyond human comprehension, waits silently. The slightest movement is enough to rend the continent and allow the crystals to proliferate. Oh. But... no, this isn't right. This isn't the Pheromone's power. The sky. The entire sky is burning red. Just letting you know because of that red filter. That's what it meant. The life point's out of control. It's been pulled off its original course. Are we under attack? Prepare to meet the enemy. Ready damage control. Yes, be careful. Guard the entrances to all cabins. Watch for attacking aircraft. We're preparing anti-boarding measures. All non-combatants retreat to our shelters. To your shelters. Merrick's fan out. Don't let any drilling morons onto the ship. Any damage reports? I'm checking, but what's going on? This makes no sense. The sensors I set up are all reading normal. The skeleton's not damaged at all. I just got word from the observation post. They've spotted no enemies. We're losing altitude. I can control it. What the is happening? Isn't this skeleton your best friend, Holder? Get it to chill out. Holder, can you adjust the course at all? We must have landed in the center of the battlefield. I'm trying. Buckle up, everybody. I don't want anyone getting flung out through the gaps in the bones. I've sent out all my drones to try to pull the Pheromone's bones back and reduce the impact of the crash. Don't get your hopes up, though. Our descent isn't slowing. Going by the current speed, we'll hit the ground very soon. The meaning of language shall grant us wings. Alright, dude. Oh, I command these words to lift this weight. I thought it was just, being poetic at the end or something. It's working. Keep chanting your incantations, Banshee. Holder, keep steering us north. There's a valley out there. We shall fit right in. I'm on it, but my link with the Pheromones is fading. I can't control it much longer. Monster. Excited howling. Oh. Protect the doctor. Prepare for impact. Joyful. This isn't exactly comfy. His clothes are digging into me. I was gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be thankful. Calm down, Doctor. You'll be fine. Amiya, how are things going over? All the wounded and civilians have been relocated. Feist and Rock are working on getting the transport secured. Got it. Ines, my mercs have anything to say? They're all here with me, working on getting some witchcraft going. We'll need a little more time. We shall be able to withstand half of the impact's force. Tell Holder these bones won't shatter here. Nice. Okay, that's something. The valley's in sight. Our angle's not quite there yet. We need to turn left by another 20 degrees. Last chance for adjustments. 20 degrees, I'm certain of it. All hands, brace for impact. The rest comes down to luck. Let's go, PNG action. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and that's the end. There we go. And that's the end of Arknights. For some reason, and see, this is what I'm saying. I just keep misremembering. I thought they fell into a ravine. But no, they fell into the Underground. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we should read through Adverse. Not because the story is different, but because I haven't done the boss fight in this one. Yeah. So once we reach the boss fight, we'll do that. Not that we're reaching it right now, obviously, but you know, once we do. At least just so I have it saved there. Anyway, let's keep it going. Yeah. Just so it stays that way. 30 minutes earlier. Dang. 1 second. There we go. Underground structure. Higbury Borough, Londinium. Oh yeah, these guys. You're back. How are things up top? Same as ever, maybe worse. I used to be scared of those devil mercenaries who ask you for a smoke. The worst you'll get is a slap on the face if they feel like it. But now, it's all monsters you can't even describe that'll turn you into a puddle of blood without so much as blinking. You know what? I've been sleeping better, because I know there's nothing but death if I run into one of them. Damn. Are the Sarkas still grabbing workers off the streets? We didn't see anything. We didn't dare go too far. Doesn't seem like the Sarkas are interested in running the city anymore. There is no one maintaining public order. They couldn't fully occupy Londinium, could they? What use is it to them? Are they really planning to drive the Victorian capital all the way to Casdale? That's one positive thought, yeah. You know, real glass half full, except the glass is like just barely, you know, it's barely like a couple drops in the glass. And they're probably not even like clean water, but you know, something. I guess I'll give you that. Who knows? Honestly, I haven't a clue what they're trying to do. Why go through so much trouble if they just want to kill everyone? Oh, hello, NPC Catherine. How sad. Those who betrayed their friends for a better future are soon betrayed by the better future. Yeah, I remember, like, these guys. Lock them out. No one expected things to turn out like this. You know, we didn't mean to... Let me guess. You mean us no harm, but handing us to the defense forces out of fear. How kind and gentle. You all deserve a medal. Catherine, we... Save it. I don't have time to dig up old grudges. Not that it will help anything anyway. At least you didn't gift wrap my head and fists and give them to the Sarkas, right? The glass is full. Ignore that the top half is gone. Ignore it, yup. Don't worry about it. The question is, what do we do now? I guess if you know, fill a glass halfway up and then slice the glass in half, like the top off, it's technically full, you know? I think that's one way to look at it. Don't worry about, you know, any potential glass inside of it, like glass shards inside of the water. Nope, it's full now. Let's see. We can hide here. We know the underground passages better than the Sarkas. That's your plan, Tommy? Live underground for the rest of your life like a Talpi beast? Why don't you just go hide in a coffin then? I don't blame you for what you did. Given a choice, no one wants to go to war. But war is here now, right here in our homes. There's nowhere to run. I ran into a few fellows who said they could get get us some decent weapons. I reckon... Never mind, there they go. Oh, is that thunder? Rain will be really nice right now. Really? In Victoria? I guess if they are lacking rain, then yeah, it is, you know, the situation really is dire. Why is it shaking? Is Londinium on the move? But the mobility level is... Something's not right. Let's head up and see what's happening. Be careful. You sure, Catherine? You run into a Sarkas if you want to hide in a coffin, yeah. What's going to happen is just permanent sleep, not much. Yeah, that is probably the logic. You might run into... Yeah. That's true. What is it, Catherine? You're blocking the window. The massive silhouette of the shard is just visible from here. The most familiar sight and the pride of all who call Londinium home.
but the annoying yet comforting blankets of clouds above are nowhere to be seen. Wait, what's that on top of the shard? Take all our supplies and contact everyone we can. We need to move deeper underground now. Hurry!
Oh, dang. Yep, it's active now. Or being activated. 15 minutes earlier, even earlier. Silver Rock Bluffs, Londinium outskirts. Oh, Caster. We're approaching Silver Rock Bluffs. That means the attack will start soon. When I first heard Wellington's plan a few days ago, do you know what my initial reaction was? You thought it was too ambitious, Your Grace. Ambitious? I think you mean crazy. Yes, crazy. He wants the entire Allied forces committed to the front lines. 13 dreadnoughts, 45 assault ships, 172 gunboats, 86 transports, 10 support ships, other artillery, 180,000 infantry, including the entire reserves. The chain pain me. Wait, that chain in the soldier? Well, this is not 3 weeks ago. Yeah, that will be crazy. I guess at the very beginning it was kind of a flashback, but it was also kind of a dream. So yeah, it wasn't like, at least they didn't tell us how long ago, because it would have been like years ago. Oh yeah. Yeah, how does that chain even work? Also for a soldier, I don't know if that's ideal. I guess it's more like decorative. Probably the ones who actually go to fight don't wear them, hopefully. I don't know. It wasn't an inquiry or request. It was a notice, almost an order. The Duke of Wellington has also abandoned the traditional Gaulish formation of multiple battle lines, instead having all fleets from single files to penetrate the Naxxraer's line all at once. Gododin and our forces are to be responsible for fire supports and clearing out casters in the Sarkaz rear, while Wellington's vanguard charges are at the center of the Naxxraer's formation. The Silver Rock Bluffs, currently under Sarkaz control, is a key pass between the Red Mane Mountains and the Duskglow River, and a highly defensive position. The enemy can easily retreat towards Londinium, even if we win the battle. Thanks for the exposition, I guess. I would have staunchly opposed the plan if it was not Wellington who proposed it. But you and the rest of the High Commanders eventually consented to it. We've seen similar tactics in the military academies. They were the same tactics used in the legendary Battle of the War of the Four Nations, in which Duke Wellington fought. The Victorian Lethanian alliance split the Gaulish lines into 3 and quashed the resistance. That battle put Victoria, I guess, on a new course for the next several decades. Glorious as it may be, the past is no place to find refuge in. Do you also think the Iron Duke has grown old? Wellington is a military genius. He commands battleships with the same ease and grace as a Lethanian virtuoso. I have never seen anyone quite like him. He is not one of those fools blindly chasing the glory of the past. The Sarkaz is not the end, but merely the beginning of the end of the real battle. As for here and now, it's not just Wellington who needs a decisive victory. The Sarkaz have the shard, and they have successfully fired it before. They could attack us anywhere in Victoria at any moment. However, our war scholars deem any losses from the Sarkaz catastrophe attacks to be within acceptable limits. Those losses will not compromise our ability to achieve our strategic objective. The Sarkaz have not refueled Londinium since it deviated from course. The city is immobile as of now. Once we take the pass at Silver Rock Bluffs, the Sarkaz will no longer have a terrain advantage, and the Allied fleets will have a clearer path to Londinium. Indeed, if everything goes well, we will be able to end this meaningless stalemate as quickly as possible. Yet the word stalemate is an apt description for the Sarkaz and Victoria. Telegrams from the caster hold are increasingly impatient. One cannot fault our backers for it. War is far too expensive. A promise fulfilled too late is a promise unfulfilled. Sure. Oh. Are those the cannons of Castrel going off? The Duke of Wellington's attacks has begun? But it's no time yet. Well, here we go. Yeah.
Your Grace, what's the red light coming from the distance? That light is coming from the top of the shard.
Hey, Wellington, right now. We must... Oh. Here we go. Do we know at this point that the shard, like what the shard does? The catastrophe thingy? Boom, yeah. I was really expecting... what chapter was it? Was it 12? Yeah, one day it was this soldier just talking about his family or something and the ship just blows up. Just baby me. Wait, that would have been perfect. Wait, I gotta write that down. Hold on, if I do make the video, it's gotta be... Wait, I'm just gonna write it down here, I guess. Hopefully I see it. So I don't like... Well, I guess even if I use a pen, it uses it up. But... I don't like using pencils, especially drawing pencils, because I don't wanna, you know, use them up. I guess I have a color pencil, sure. Whoops, never mind, it fell. I was gonna say, I'll be writing down with it, but I do have some pens here. Ouch. Dust, baby.
Doctor, are you okay? The doctor will be fine. Monster absorbed the brunt of the impact.
Not like it's that comfortable, but okay. Where are we? How are the others? Yeah. I mean, we are where we fell, I'm assuming.
The good news is that we fell into a canyon. Our precise location is uncertain, but we're at least a distance from the worst of the fighting. Closure, Horn, and Siege have gone out to scout their surroundings. You should be briefed on the specifics soon. We're still assessing our personnel and equipment losses. Preliminary reports indicate the pre-impact measures were effective and losses are acceptable.
Medical and engineer units are already at work. Losses are acceptable, is crazy.
I'm afraid that there's been some troubling development.
The sky. It's red, yeah.
Watch your step and keep with us, Doctor.
Keep up with us. Oh my gosh. Whoa, yeah, I forgot about this. I mean, yeah, I remember that this is how it looks, especially the stages, right? That's just how they look right now. Or from here on. But, yeah. Suffering extends its reach to every corner the eye can see. This is a cool CG.
From the top of the shard, Originum spreads like a plague, devouring, assimilating. Building ships, armies, Originum devours all and quickly expands. An unprecedented calamity indeed, one that puts even the most terrifying catastrophes to shame.
Yeah, I think we knew, right, that the shard could create catastrophes. Oh, they wanted to turn it into a catastrophe machine? Pretty sure we knew that.
And yet, an army marches through the rolling Originum crystals, its tattered banner visible even from here. Suffering is but a marching order for the Sarkas. The ever-hungry procession of Sarkas advances to the horns of wailing.
Yeah, it should be the quote of the Victoria arc. Suffering is but a marching order for the Sarkas. That should be the subtitle of the Victorian arc.
Sinking their teeth and claws into any enemy they find.
Here we are again, yep.
Blood-stained boulders litter the wastelands as far as the eye can see, looking decidedly out of place.
Just a normal day at the office, yep. I mean, low-key, yeah, just a normal Saturday at Rhodes Island.
Victoria knew it too, but not like they can really use it without the sign of King. Right. Yeah. The weapon winds have ceased, giving way to a rising fog.
Yeah, okay, that's why also, yeah, Colombia was also developing the weapon. Well, it was actually not a weapon, it was the rocket ship, or the ship that Kristen used. Because there was like an arms race related to that, right? Sarkas also boosted by a lot, yeah.
The withered grass remains unstirred, yet countless star advantages already dangle across. Sarkas warriors stand in line, soundless and motionless, waiting for the embodiment of death and decay. The master of war, their king. A withered figure emerges from the death-filled fog.
Hello. He just has a super normal voice, imagine.
On the hills he stands. Through the swamps he passes.
Out of the fog he glides, through wind and sand, rising from the withered grass. And upon the art's ritual circle he descends. Tattered stripes of cloth fall to the blood-filled columns, like a bony hand caressing a tombstone. Only the most seasoned warriors recognize that the Naxxra's tattered ribbons, like the banners on castles' walls, belong to generations of ancient Sarkis tribes. Their form ragged, their symbols unrecognizable, but their scent of war unmistakable. Dukarel, Regent's Crimson, Prince of Blood. We were never close, but the contribution that you and your blood made to the war is undeniable. I bear witness to your glory and shame. Probably will be a bit more whispery, but also I'm probably gonna hurt my voice if I try to do that. I mean, I'll try a little bit. Slayer of the Fernwood in the Mist, Jailer of Time, Usurper of the Royal Court, Executioner of Kings. You denied the path that we now walk, as you denied the meaning of the Black Crown. But you gave your first and final drop of blood to the Sarkis. Your powers shall not fade away, nor shall your anger, your hatred, your ambition. Talk food with him, that's his weakness. Wait, is it? That's gotta be the strategy for this boss fight. He spreads his arms wide. A black fog of decay rises, swallowing every boulder. Red fades into sand and dirt, vanishes into the mist. The warriors do not speak, but the earth begins to rumble as ancient witchcraft spreads across the battlefield. Okay, I believe you. War, we nourish you with your best. Their blood and bones at your behest. We are the living and the dead. Together, we march as one. The black fog dissipates. A drop of blood forms at the tip of Nessalem's staff. It is the purest blood, the only blood that death and decay cannot touch. Nope. Hi, what's your name? Salvus, yes. Hello. This is the blood of Tikas. He poked the call of Eminem, but was lost in the battle's art circles. The Confessari searched 70 of them without finding it. But Nessalem, your highness, you have found it for the regent. The drop of red liquid drifts towards Solus and enters her wrist. Damn. Keep it safe, Confessarius. Of course. I vow to protect it with all the strength of my bloodline. My life. The vampiric art circles are still active. What of the sanguinary of vampires? The purest bloodline, the cruelest of the sovereign, the pride of the Sarkis. Did he really die so easily? At the hands of the young Banshee and the rabbit? He has not joined the myriad souls, but away has he drifted. What a shame to waste so much blood. Metallair of bloodlines, do not desecrate war and death with your flippant insolence. The call of Eminem. Yeah. I didn't even catch that, yeah. Call of Eminem. I don't think that's intentional, but it would be fun if it was. Call of Eminem. Apologies, Your Highness. I was merely lamenting the loss of the Sanguinarch. Eminem, the strongest Sarkis. Then keep his legacy safe. His blood will continue to fight with us. Of that, I have no doubt, Sovereign of the Withered Court. The blood of Tikas will fulfill its duty. If a mere tremble of Eminem is enough to burn the heaven red and bring upheaval to the earth. And its final descent shall free our fate from the manipulations of Reginium, as the myriad souls have so longed for. Fate. War will crush all obstacles beneath its heel, even fate. Nope. Okay, did it just teleported away or what happened? The Deadwood Throne rises. Okay, it's just just elevator time. It rises, attended by innumerable war altars, casting a massive shadow on the battlefield. Silent columns of warriors step into the strange catastrophe, continuing their advance. We will advance before the storm, both the living and the dead. This war belongs to all Sarkis. The dust baby again. Anyway. Hey Manfred. A new beginning.
Another quote from one of the sovereigns, General?
No. I was simply reminded of the furnace at the center of Castle.
Oh, the big one. I witnessed many feelings before I came to London. Have you seen her before? I mean, I have seen her because, again, I read through this already. But have we seen her in the story before?
I don't remember.
It is an honor for a fallen warrior to be fed into it, becoming the fire that propels our progress. But it never seems to be sated. Small wonder, the flames of a revenant's rage only burn stronger.
Nadine, will you call the nomadic city by the name of Castel your home?
What is the meaning behind the question, sir, when the final battle has already begun? I was raised on the battlefield outside Castel. The black rocks and the bones of my fellow Naxxer are the only things buried beneath the city's walls and wheels. Where is home, if not Castel?
Yes. What other answer could there be? The future is lined with uncertainties, but this much we know. This war ends where a new beginning emerges. Have you made contact with Ursula?
No. They were very thorough in mopping up Brentwood. Just as you predicted, our casters have picked up the trail of the Fernwood Skeletons movement. They considered attacking Londinium, attacking the Shard directly.
I gave them a chance. Far too many chances.
There is no question that Mayor Ursula has been negligent in her duty. She had better have a good explanation, if she lives to explain it.
Have you located the skeleton?
We have a rough idea of its location, but it will take time to find it and its vast battlefield. Should I take a squad there personally?
No, I will. We will retake the Fairmount Spine, or destroy it. It must not fall on the wrong hands again.
You're going yourself?
Those mercenaries have interfered too much. They must be eliminated. Before that, though, we will finish the ritual.
An Naxxer ritual? I didn't think you care much for tradition.
Cyclops, Lich, Wendigo, Banshee, more and more have left. You've never seen these royal courts in Castle, have you, young Naxxer?
I suppose not. Other than the Naxxer, it's mostly been vampires. Not the best neighbors, but you start to miss their smell when you spend enough time in Londinium.
The blood of the fallen has returned to the earth. There will be no new prince of the Crimson Court. How many sovereigns do the Sarkas have left? That's a good question.
But I like how the Sarkas are like, yeah, we don't know about this plan. We don't know. And they're all throughout the war has been like, yeah, I don't know what we're doing here, to be honest. And then now it's like, well, you know, it's kind of too late to step back because it's already in motion. Business. Logistics to command. We've encountered a catastrophe near Sufrairo Chasm. Oh, I was using the... I was doing this.
At least, I think it's a catastrophe. We've been drowned in a tide of origina. The ship has lost power. Weapon systems severely damaged. All systems inoperative. Defense systems offline. No response from arts units. I repeat, all systems inoperative. Enemy spotted. Taking fire. Mobile art device. Data. Automatic record.
Hello, Trilby.
None of these messages made it out. The entire communication system is scrap. To think that so many have died to protect this little metal box. I salute you. The bow hurt. I shouldn't take my hat off. Our foe is unpredictable, aren't they? There's enough intel about the Shard to fill an entire building. But you and I must take the blame for our present circumstances.
The man in a hat looks down at his counterpart. The man on the ground lies motionless, buried to his chest in crystal-filled dirt, but the little box that he clutches on his left hand remains spotless. The Trilby Asher pulls the rim of his fallen comrade's hat down, covering the face that no one knew to begin with. Took a little more effort to retrieve the communicator, but war has made him a rather proficient undertaker. Dastardly sneaks in. Welcome in, Gollum. Hello. How you doing today? We are in the second part of the story, I guess. The chapter.
Yeah, these are longer than I remember from reading through them, but then again, because I was reading in my mind, it was going faster, so probably why. And also, I've been talking with you guys, which is, a lot of what I enjoy from this. Initial retrieved. Communications are still being jammed by severe interference. A little progress is better than nothing, I suppose. Oh.
Duke of 5E and the 6th Infantry Battalion were ambushed. The landing attempt on the Crumley Plate has failed. Unable to reach the Duke of Goddardin's scout fleet, Kedlix has been lost. Large-scale unanticipated geological changes across the Silver Oak Bluffs front. Active originium concentration above threshold.
Just woke up, dang. Good morning, go. Good morning. Hope you got some good rest. Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's not in the radio anymore. No good news. Are those troops? The ID code is... My, what a miracle. I'm a lucky man indeed. Are you sure? It really is true. Everyone who calls themselves lucky in this story just gets smoked. I feel like they should know at this point. What is this run landscape? Are we back to Siesta? Where are the ship? Unfortunately, we're back in Victoria. That is looking a little more like Casdale every time. So yeah, we're really missing some ships. I mean, just surfing around. That will really put this all together, I agree. I wonder what this ruin is supposed to be, by the way. Is it like a rock, or is it actual like a ancient ruin type deal? Because it appears in a couple CGs, and even from different angles. It's weird. It might just be a rock. He's right behind me, isn't he? Yep. First, I'm gonna have to go. No, where is Mateo? To the stream. Yeah. Thank you, Mateo. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you enjoy your time with the people you're having over. And yeah, take care. Thank you for coming by. Yeah. Appreciate it. It's right behind me, isn't he? Another famous last words. 3 hours later. Okay, now we're jumping forward. I like it. Just keep it going, Oh yeah. There we go. 07, Mateo. We perform tag team move. I'm on Mateo duty, yeah. Hi, go. Appreciate it. Tag team move where one member seamlessly substitutes another. Yep. Oh, that's what you meant, I see. I thought you were talking about the story of the guy that got hit. Oh yeah. Let's see. No sign of the Sarkas troops. The lifeboat is a big target, and we would have left an even bigger trail behind us as we fell. I'm afraid they'll catch up to us sooner or later. Closure, can you confirm our position? I can only really get an approximate orientation with these maps. I've got on hand. Oh, damn it! Still no response. Ever since the skeleton crashed, all our comms went down with it. My drones can't fly too far either. I've never seen this much interference before. Well, I think the drone just found something. Over there. Oh. What did they find? Did they find the trilby? Just the trilby, just the actual head. Oh. What's this? A voice recorder? Oh, okay. I guess it is the place. Makes sense, I guess. On a battlefield like this is the next best way to relay intel, short of shouting. That's the Duke of Castor's crest. Ever since Global Market crashed, the comms went down. Yup. Let me have a look.
Oh, I'm short on time, so I'll make this brief. The Stone of the Sword has arrived at Silver Rock Bluffs, but the Sarkas and their tricks are worse than what we thought here at the front line. Our advice is head to the battle from the southwest. Bring the sword. I have honored my vow, so the rest is up to you, Your Highness. Up to Your Highness. Yes, that's what I meant. I'm short on time. I'm short.
No changes on no improvement. Can't tell your new pal that if it doesn't get back on its ass soon, I'm going to break whatever bones it's got left, one by one. Oh, can you tell, I guess, your new pal? Just one little change and it completely threw me off. It's long death, not like you can feel pain. Why not pick something more meaningful to vent about? The skeleton's voice was already ebbing. After the crash, it had stopped responding altogether. The nerve bundles are withering. We've tried everything we can think of. Lubricant supplements, and some crazy witchcraft I've never heard of before. The verdict is... Right now, it's nothing more than a colossal unbreakable skeleton. It can't be dead, can it? I mean, it's already a dead vermouth. You're telling me it can die again? Hey Ines, pass me the mine over there. The one wedged between the bones. Glad you asked. You nearly stepped on it. And also, what kind of psychotic idea do you have this time? Yeah, before I do that, what are you planning to do? Can't tell is Castle's rival. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a nation, or at least a character in this game. With cannot, you know? Cannot, can't tell. Can't swim, I don't know. Leos. Oh, just following your suggestion. I'm gonna go find the proper target to blow up. I guess Leos doesn't, send this world, but you know. Isn't that old friend of yours supposed to be the skeleton whisperer or something? I'm sure she's still got an unbroken rib or two, so she'll be able to talk. Maybe. Well, she will if she knows what's good for her. Ursula. She knows plenty of the Fairmont's secrets, and it's clear she hasn't told us everything. But I have a feeling that she won't be able to help with this particular problem. Right. The source of our trouble is what's hidden in those dark red clouds above our heads. Oh, that's what's causing the interference? I guess it will make sense. That's exactly it. Ah, the all-knowing cult seat. Let me guess. You got even more bad news for us? Regular catastrophes have no effect on pheromones, even if it happens to be one that has been dead for several centuries. The tunnels that it travels in can even drill through time, so how is it that a storm can seal them off? Well, what's happening here is beyond the scope of a mere catastrophe. As we were falling, I had a vague feeling that the enormous ancient sentience remains in these bones had gone somewhere I could not touch. It died through death, it's free now? Yeah, what are we talking about? Our connection with it has been severed. It might only be temporary, but if we take too long, we might lose control over it for good. Your deduction is correct. Upon his inspection, Locus confirmed that the Sarka's witchcraft cast upon the skeleton is being disrupted by a massive source of energy. It seems the vampire's ritual was completed. The Confessarius. Quisartus touch. I say it in Theresis, and has achieved what the Sarkas could not for millennia. And now backstory intensifies, yeah. Ancient Sarkas language. Eminem! No way! An ancient wound that refuses to heal. The cunabula of suffering. Mind skipping to the part we can actually understand? I don't have all day. Thank you. Thank you, W. Yeah, W is the perfect counter to call it yapping. It was the first curse, just as it was the first Originium. Isn't that just a legend? You know, the made-up kind of storybooks that Holder loves to read? Dang. Doctor got doctorate in silence, yeah. We probably did, honestly. I mean, he's a tactician, right? So it makes sense that he will be more focused on listening in. Maybe, I don't know. We are Knaut's long-lost brothers. Speak not. Speak not... What is it? Speak not, hear not, see not. The evil brothers. The no evil brothers. Legends are a shadow of reality, despite all the untruths and half-lies painted over them. To say nothing to the fact of this is a Sarka's legend. A Tika's legend. Sounds to me like Theresis is cooking up some real serious beastcraft to hang over Victoria.
I fear that this too is the reason he chose Londinium as his base of operations. The shard's ability to influence catastrophes and Originium is already sufficient for it to become Amnem's beacon. Amnem. Across all of Terra, as it is now, this is the one place that it can descend. Well, out with it. Out with it then. How do we wreck this thing? Asking the real questions, thank you, W. But they really need to keep these two together. They are really moving things forward. Because the doctor just stands there and just listens like Shrizzle said. And calls it, just continues the yaps. Just wave and smile, brothers, yeah. The evil brothers that sealed ancient park of Terra Not with Priestess, yeah. At Terra's current level of technology, there is nothing we can do. Actually, the only good news is that it has not yet fully descended. Have you figured something out, Lagos? The drop of blood that the vampire possesses, the one he calls the blood of Tikas, it is still fulfilling its duty. The reason why Amnem is able to leap across millennia and descend once more is because of his prayer. The Blood's master has fallen, but the connecting veins hold steady. If we are to prevent the re-emergence of M&Ms in this land, we must break the vampire's curse, quelling the hatred that resides in this drop of blood. I think I can give it a try. I was plighted in battle with the vampire, and its influence on me has not yet waned. But virtue of this, I am able to sense where the blood of Tikas is. It is at the rear of the Naxxramer army. Well, that's convenient. Both of those things. It would likely be protected in a confessorious altar and heavily guarded. The amount of time required to break through the entire Naxxramer defensive line will be too much. Yeah, that was a real JoJo thing, right? Because I got hurt, I can now track you down. It's really, like JoJo Part 4 type deal. You broke my arm, so now I can... Oh no, I guess I broke your arm. So now I can heal it and track you back. Type situation. We could cross the Red Main Mountains, bypassing most of the war zone. Sounds like a plan. Taking that route carries a similar risk to storming the battlefield. Our observational reports indicate that the Red Main Mountains have been completely transformed by Eminem's influence. They are now blanketed in active Originium. I need not remind you of its extreme danger. You may outsmart me, but I outsmarted the outsmarting, yes. The next thing you will say is... something doctor. But it might be possible. Shannon has gone ahead to seek out Quetzalcoatl, and if things go well for her, she will be able to come to our aid. There we go. Yeah, see, I was reading yes line. Yes. I support the doctor's decision. It's the plan that saves us the most time. If we keep delaying until the M&Ms Dr. Calcid speaks of, it completes its descent, and is used by Theresis as a weapon. Then we will have lost any chance we might have to turn the tide. Even if there are risks, we must forge ahead. Let's see. It's a random thought, but knowing Harpcliff and their mother and Starlings, just wait for their king to find a queen. I have seen a family being home techno or something like that. You guys, we're married or something. Wait for the banshees. Just a full-on crossover, yeah. I'll need your help, W. That'll be interesting. Accidental marriage, yeah. You need some hands to guard this pile of bones, right, Bunny? Right. This skeleton is crucial to our next operation. Besides, Hodder needs it too. There's no doubt that the military commission has been watching us ever since we crashed. The way I see it, makes no sense to hand back something we fought so hard to steal in the first place. Give me a time frame. The time now is 1800. No, 6, yeah. 3 days. The surrounding terrain has been completely transformed. We will need to pass through a wasteland filled with unknown dangers. Excuse me. Given also the fact that battles will be inevitable in our journey, I estimate at least 3 days to handle the blood of Tikas. An immobile skeleton makes for an extremely conspicuous objective. Guarding this site will not necessarily be easier than the raid you carried out on it.
I propose... Hold on, it's my turn to talk, finally. I propose that Ascalon stay behind and help protect the lifebone. Hi, Ascalon, also. I didn't know you were here. I guess the doctor knew.
But my job is to stay by your side and keep you safe, Doctor. During the Sanguinarch's attack, it was my error that led to your injury. A dangerous mistake I do not intend on repeating. The lifebone is vital, and Manfred is likely to order an assault. You understand him well.
It's true. It's true.
And I agree. The Sarkas will be reliant on their commander personally overseeing the battle and making decisions. If you're able to stem Manfred's advance, then that might relieve pressure on the mercenaries. I will respect your decision.
What about the gang of useless Victorians? Are they going with you? Man, W is a mood this whole chapter. Well, this whole episode, yeah, since the beginning.
We will head to the front lines at Silver Rock Bluffs.
Or Buffs, yes. Wait, are you saying you want to lead just a couple thousand men? Some of whom are civilians who barely held a weapon, straight into battle with the Nexeter army?
Yes. You have your legends, Sarkas, and we have ours. We have the size of kings, the blade that can cleave catastrophe in twain. Since the Sarkas have controlled the storm, then it's time that the sword plays its part. You have been contracted with the Duke of Castor. An invitation, to be precise. It is as we surmised. Since the Sarkas started their strange doings, the Victorians, or rather the Ducal Alliance, have been heavily hit. Castor, no, any Grand Duke ought to have figured out exactly the kind of circumstances Victoria has found herself in.
Told you it's always a mood, that's fair. I think this in particular for me is more of a mood than, in other times, but yeah, I feel like always there is at least a little bit of that. I feel that. We have our land, Sarkas, and now you have... Oh, right, sorry. Yo. Damn.
We've all seen those altars spewing that red light, or any light for that matter. As it stands, Londinium and all the battlefields surrounding it have become a giant's art circle. This is how the Sarkas fight, not like Lithanian, not like Ursus, not like any other nation's tactics that we are familiar with. The Trilby Ashers will have told Castor that all the intelligence they have gathered so far is useless when it comes to Sarkas tactics. The size of kings. No longer will this piece of steel I hold in my hand be merely a leverage to get Castor back to the negotiation table. It will turn the tide of war, bringing true change to the battlefield. None of us know when the next catastrophe will strike. I don't know what form Castor's Stone of the Sword will take, but no matter if it's a square room on wheels or not contraption on an officer's back, I'll find it. If we can quiet these storms, then I dare say that the battle will become somewhat more evenly matched. From Sufrior's Chasm to the front line at Silver Rock Bluffs, it will take you 2 days, even if you follow the road that the Dukes have cleared from the westbound forest to Gibsonham. The Duke of Castor will be more than happy to snatch away the size of kings. If afforded the opportunity, it will allow her to lead the Dukes in this difficult war and move her one step closer to the throne. And she will not be the only one attempting to do so. I am aware. The Duke of Windermere has died in combat, and her troops have retreated from battle. If any other Duke withdraws their forces, the scales of war will be tipped even more against us. The war will drag on. Londinium's restoration will be delayed, and more blood will be shed.
Dragon, you say? Dragon, you say? Foreshadowing, no. Sarkas, staring with murderous intent. I wonder where our lands go. Yeah. Especially at Calcid. Hey Calcid, you're proficient in history, right? Where did our land go? Calcid, like, flashback to that one frame of her in the hood, like, Anyway.
For Sarkas and Victorian alike, this is the battle that will determine our ultimate fate. And as for us, we are the exemplars. Wherever a miracle is needed the most is where we will be. Besides, if this sword really can calm storms as the legends say, I dare say it will help speed along your journey to Londinium after all this. Closure?
How do you know I was done with my preparations?
To keep things short, your ever-reliable Chief Engineer Closure and her team have come up with 7 different paths to get around the comms interference. This equipment of mine has also started analyzing the super catastrophe trends and impacts. Originium trigger reactions always leave a trail, no matter how intense they are. Things like dust concentration, activity index, and then their spread conditions. Well, I'm sorry to say that all these metrics are pretty high, as expected, so we can't tell what's going to happen in the more dangerous regions. Well, we can deduce which parts of the battlefield are safer, relatively. I like how she was just smiling all this time. Closure's so cool. I really like her. That is, of course, if we can go deeper into the heart of the battle and obtain more data. Viserys agreed to be our bodyguard, but since you guys are already heading over to where there's more section going on, I figured we might as well tag along. So, could we trouble the examples to look after us? Gladly, we are duty-bound.
I was there around 3,000 years ago. So I guess we'll rather come out with 7 different paths to responsibility than fix their home base that's been in beta for 5 years. Real though. Tell them. I will say, at least the base got a little expansion thing. It's just like a trust farming thing, but it's something. I really wish you could get more energy. It's kind of weird that those new constructions... I was like, oh, you gotta build more stuff, so surely they're gonna give us more energy plants. But no, they just cost no energy for some reason. I guess because it's just a room, but I mean... just lighting or something, I guess it's like minimal electricity required or something. I don't know the logic, but... yeah, some more energy plants will be nice. At the very least. Let's see. Making sure that things don't get any worse is Rose Silent's mission, right, Goldsit? Sure, yep. Done a great job so far. Thank you, Closure. Doctor. Let's both go with Emiya. Should I go with Station Closure? Prefer to stay with the skeleton. I don't think there's an actual choice, right? I forgot if I'm pretty sure I went with Emiya. Yeah. At the minute, I'm assuming there's not a choice, but I guess let's go with Emiya. Yeah. Our path might be the most dangerous one of all. But I'll keep you safe, Doctor. Just like always. ... I know you fear for the safety of each and every operator, which makes you hesitant to choose. But the truth is that I need you to come with me. Oh, okay, there we go. I guess it will just be a different voice line, or a different line after that. And then Calcit will just be like, nah, come with me. Okay. So we can go behind enemy lines together, so we can deal with the altar problem. Yeah. There is no changing what we will face during our final confrontation. Originium has shaped the history of the Sarkas, just as it will shape the futures of us all. Perhaps you still have misgivings about why Rhode Silent must intervene in this war. I did not have the opportunity to explain in the past, and nor could I give you a precise answer. I have never doubted that the dark clouds above the shard conceal some dreadful unknown, yet when it has revealed itself, as it has now, I still find myself confronted by mixed emotions. I'm not one to explore the subject of fate, especially not yours and mine. But now, fate has reared its head, and it's coming our way. Like it or not, yeah. The illusion of choice, yeah. When you say you want to stay, the will say something along the lines of, oh, are you sure you want to stay with me? Oh, that's great. Dang. Oh, whoops. Did I? Go see it. You don't sound like your usual self. Yeah, you sound very reflective or something. Oh yeah, that's Selby. Okay. Selby wrote. I was thinking of something before. Oh no, this is for after we complete this chapter. Originium's effects are far beyond any of our comprehension. Yeah. Our, even yours? Of course. Doctor, I hope... No, I believe. I believe that you're still the one who can change everything. No. She believes, come on. Sad call, yeah. Melancholy it. I've never had any doubts either. Doctor, I think you should get going now. Alrighty, let's go. Now I'm gonna ask me for a 21 gun salute. Take care, tell you. Oh.
Look, little bunny, I'm not the sheep over there. I'm really hard to kill. The exemplars are ready. Anyway, my turn to talk. Glad to hear, Sish. Remember, everyone, time is of the essence. Every minute, every second on this battlefield, there will be people who are suffering because of Originium.
Our mission is clearer than ever. Stop the spread of Originium and stop Eminem.
Right. And then, we plunge into the darkest depths of the fog. To Londinium. We'll bomb that tower and grab Terra's biggest bastard out of the rubble. We'll stop the disaster before us, and any more yet to come.
Hopefully. With the power of God and my waifu by my side, I fear nothing. That is a very fan and Dr. line. Perfect. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, because I mentioned in the past how I wish Babel was more connected to the main story. I mean, it is, but as in it was part of like a main chapter or something instead of a side story. I guess something that they could have done is similar to the final chapter of for Roaring Flare, right? Having like two stories going on simultaneously. I wonder if that's something similar to what they'll do in the anime, right? Because they haven't touched on any side stories that I know of. It will be weird that they just kind of drop stuff on us. Not that I've seen the anime, but I wonder how they're gonna handle Roaring Flare, first of all, because it's the anime that's coming up, right? And then, yeah, once we're at this point, how they'll handle this. That'll be interesting. Our mission is clear. Pick up option opposite of saving Earth from Originium. Very subtle, Doctor. Yeah. Calcid is like, I still believe, and Doctor is like, It's like a Squid Game speaking the continue button. What? Okay, not this one. Well, let's see. Hold on. Hammer and Anvil Vanquish. Oh yeah, I was gonna sit down before this, so give me a second. Gonna be right back, real quick, and I'll be with you in a second. Hello. Okay. I'm back. Alright. Waifu is waifu, yeah. Unless it's priestess, then I don't know. I don't know. That gets a little. I don't know. It's a little OP. Anyway, let's continue. 13 hours into the operation. Again, I like this. We're jumping forward. Haven't jumped back in a while. The further we go, the more dire the situation becomes. Freshly rent cannons, diverted rivers, pathways that withstood the weight of the great nomadic cities, now torn, distorted, warped beyond recognition. The maps of the past are now no more than scrap paper. Every trail must be charted anew. There is no doubt that the blood of Tikas lies this way though, where bond yet humps. The closer we get to the heart of the battlefield, the higher the rate the Originium integrates with all information. Ah. Interesting. The rocks, the soil, the waters, the people.
Originium's influence has closed around virtually everything on Terra, yet perhaps we've long forgotten the fundamental principles of how it works.
What do you mean by information just now? Kelsey, Doctor is just like me. Doctor is just like me, where you just 2 lines after, like, what do you mean by this thing you said at the beginning? What do you mean by that? Man, it's really getting hot over here.
Perhaps we shall find out rather soon, Doctor.
Okay. Alright then, keep your secrets.
Or maybe... No, never mind. Objectively speaking, this Originium-contaminated terrain does give a tactical advantage to the race's military operations. In contrast, the Victorian front is all but shattered.
Call have amnesia, did you forget? Yeah. Did you forget that I forgot? Because now we're getting on crazy territory. Super meta.
But this level of Originium activity still pales in comparison to the catastrophe strike earlier. The races will never use Originium so recklessly just to gain a slight tactical advantage. This much I know of him. He knows the consequences.
Sounds like we're in for a difficult journey. Yep, sure does. I mean, we are. Definitely are.
There is a vehicle heading this way.
Halt! Oh, this was like the spell thingy, okay. Oh yeah, these guys. Hold on. The truck shudders to a stop as several familiar faces hop off, yep. Yeah, there they are. Perhaps you'll find out soon. Or maybe just check your notebooks from 10 millennia ago. Yeah, check your notes, you know. Hi, shopkeep. Mr. Pansy and the King of Sarkas. I told you we shouldn't have taken this road. We can run away now.
Well, it's not like they're bad guys. You, weren't you supposed to stay at the lifeboat?
I'll be honest here. Master Banshee, Your Highness, we were scared, terrified, having to stay inside that skeleton, not knowing who or what might come running over the hills to attack us, so we ran. I know that desertion is a crime, but we were never going to be any use, were we? So I beseech you, my lord, Your Highness, please don't execute us. We'll happily take the weapon's death, however many lashes you wish.
I'm not going to execute you, and I never demanded that you fight for me. If you want to go, then you may go.
Yep, just keep it going. Imagine Kelsey this being a devoted player, and Doctor is like, Gavin one day waking up in the nation asking what Half-Life is. That's a good comparison, yeah. You know, maybe that's why we never got Half-Life 3. No one has asked Gavin. He's like, someone finally asking, he's like, what? What are you talking about? We finished that story. That will blow everyone's minds, I feel. I mean, at least he should gaslight people, pretending that he doesn't know. Oh man. Oh, it's the same as the W symbol. The jacket, that's cool. The bomb symbol. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Your Highness. You are wise and merciful, and... Speaking of, because I now have... And I wanted to play Half-Life for a long time, and we played through the Portal games in the channel. I really want to play through Half-Life, and then, now that I have VR, we could play through Alex. I heard that it's really good, so it'll be cool to play it. Mia with a giant sword. I suppose you... I support you emotionally while calling enemies in help. I can see that. Yeah, we need a second... what's it called? Second guard than Mia with just a giant sword. Or I guess which... Yeah, there's another class that could have a big sword. Yeah, what would it be? No, I guess it will have to be a Crusher. Yeah, Crusher Amiya. That'd be pretty awesome. They're carrying the ring to Sarkas.
Can we three go along with you?
Say no more. Your Highness has already done us an incredible kindness by sparing our lives. And you will still demand more of her?
Don't be a fool, Shopkeep. How much of a chance do you think the three of us and that broken truck's got?
We'll probably get blown up by a bomb or worse.
Your Highness, this is just my humble request. But please get us off this battlefield. I'll give you everything I have. As long as these two live, I'll swear my undying fealty on you.
Well, oh, the ring. Yeah. I see.
No, that's not the issue here. If you were to follow us, I'm sorry to say that it will be just as dangerous.
But they'd be even more dangerous. A lot more dangerous, actually. Want to try a sniper? I mean, I yeet a giant sword. That'd be awesome. I guess a flinger, right? That could work. Heck yeah. Or even what's it called? AoE sniper, just like shooting. Yeah, I guess kind of like Femeta's skin with the sword. Something like that could be cool too.
So, what do you think she'll do, Doctor?
Berserk's weapons, yeah. She'll fling her crown. Yeah, that will make sense too. Yeah, like crystals from the crown. Yeah.
I can't imagine they'll survive.
Oh, well, that could be also if it was what's it called, a loop shooter? Yeah, with the boomerang, but instead of a boomerang, she has the crown. Yeet said, like, you know, and those tropes of the top hat or just hats that they throw. She could do something like that with her crown. The crown loop shooter. Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Can you imagine they'll survive the battlefield on her own? They might expose their whereabouts to the military commission.
Ride's not bad. We could commandeer it. Yeah, sure, maybe.
Imagine Amiya with her crown. Like Harmony Trailblazer? Yo, that'd be cool. Doctor, do you really want to do that? I see. You're just trying to liven the mood. Very well then, Triber. We can travel together for a while. After we pass through the war zone, you should be Victoria once and for all.
Thank you.
My deepest gratitude. And please use our transport. It will carry us far enough.
Oh, King of Sarkas, you are most magnanimous, sir, a most magnanimous soul. And I truly do not know how I could repay the kindness of ours. The coin.
Huh?
The coin I gave you. I completely forgot about that. Good thing I didn't drop it. Here, for you, my lord. Oh, my lord. I was wrong to beg it of you. It was my honor to serve Banshee Lord. How could I have expected payment for such a privilege? I think they're scared of you. You really wanted your coin back, yeah. Proceeds to eat the duck. Just do it, I mean, it will be funny, yeah. They all be eating the dog, that'll be funny. That would be funny if there was like the final class of Amiya was somehow connected to the doctor. And they could both fight together or something. That'd be really cool. Oh, I guess like Dollkeeper type deal. I just thinking of like, yeah, when there are two characters. Situations like that. Or yeah, like a summon. A summon of Doctor. That'll be great. I hope you don't take me, Amisar. I need to ensure that they are not imposters. You know, like in Among Us. You need not fear. I hold no malice against you. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I chose the same thing when I was reading on my own. Logus moves his finger and the coin in his palm vanishes, only to reappear in the shopkeep's hand in a heartbeat. The shopkeep stares, first at the hand capable of quaking the earth and shaking mountains with a single pen stroke, then at the coin in his own hand, and finally back at the deadpan Banshee, unsure of how to react. Was that a magic trick? How delightful! You're a man of many talents, sir. I better go help driver start the car. Is that guy supposed to have like an English accent? A little bit. The way that some of the words are written. A coin is a coin, yep. That was just accidentally revealed that even event management in Rhode Island is underpaid. Yep. Most interesting performance. A tough crowd, huh? I saw Scout and Outcast demonstrate it several times, but I could never quite get the movements right. It is my lack of skill that made for a lackluster effect. I've never seen that side of you. You're a bit of a jokester. You're the junkler. I've never seen that side of you. I feel like I keep choosing the same things I chose. Man. Doctor, there are times when I also regret the fact that many of our shared memories have disappeared into the ether. We never did talk about the past much. I suppose the right time never came up. Yeah, we never talked about the past much. If we ever find ourselves time to reminisce after this ordeal,
Perhaps you will be pleasantly surprised by the anecdotes of your past. But for now, we must go.
Yeah, before he got taken over by Priestess or whatever happened, he was like kind of a goofy guy, right? Doctor? At least pretty charismatic, so it makes sense that he will get along with the operators even from back then. That's cool.
There's no sound here. The stillness is strange. I can't hear the sound of her breathing or the vehicle's engine. I can't even hear my own heartbeat. Is this some kind of origin of Mars? Could someone have blocked out the sound in the vicinity to conceal themselves?
No, Amiya. Listen carefully. It is not that sound has forsaken this place. Instead, there is a great, tremendous roar. So great that it drowns out its lessers. It is the deafening cry of death itself. I feel like that's something that really happens, right? When you hear a humming for a long time, you just don't recognize it. And yeah, if there are sounds below that, you can't hear them, right? Because yeah, you're accustomed to that. Yeah. The thing of more sense of responsibility. Oh yeah. I mean, it was not 100% like Priestess possessing him or something like that. Yeah. It was definitely partly Doctor. So yeah, I get what you mean. There's a whole book about your noodle sitting methods. Heck yeah. Maybe that's why in the Delicious in Dungeon thing, he drinks you see him drinking the pasta because he, read about that at that point. Or by that point, yeah.
Oh, look, over there. That leaf. A leaf hangs from the lowest branch, its surface tinted with brilliant yet bizarre colors, like the work of a haphazard artist, or sunlight reflecting off a puddle of grease. Like the vestiges of some sort of art, like some kind of fungal infection. I mean, it's probably the vestiges of art, right? Or just death, yeah. It is rotting. Oh, so it is kind of like mold, I guess. Decaying unhinges its maw, gnawing at all in its sight, leaving behind only iridescent bite marks. Within a few seconds, the sprightly yet strange coloration spreads across the entire plant, and even onto other bushes. The once succulent leaves become drips of foaming liquid, leaving behind only bare vein networks quivering in the wind. It's like a fin-based skeleton. Like a fin-based skeleton after its flesh has been picked clean, unceremoniously discarded. The wind rises, as if wanting to tear at their skin. It is the sight of an insatiable beast. God was the one to remind us of their heavy in episode 7. Yeah. Telling Doctor trying to do it. Yeah. I was like, when did we hear that? And yeah, at one point I got the screenshot from that episode. Yeah. Option 1, it's magic. Option 3, it's science. Option 2, don't worry about it. It is the sight of an insatiable beast. But yeah, I mean, that is the Arknights way, right? It's magic, or science, or it's just, really advanced science that feels like magic. So kinda both, but yeah. Logos the march! Silver incantations flow forth, plunging into the depths of the marsh. Did you manage to stop it? No. Past Doom. Doom now, Doctor. The muffled sound of water slushing ripples from the marsh, echoing about in the deathly silence. The sound of a foot pulling from the ooze, and stepping down again. Steady unseen steps churn the muddy water, slopping it to the shore. Slopping it to the shore? It's a crazy phrase. Prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. Stay where I can see you, Doctor. Sorry. Black arcs shoot into the marsh, but the burst of sound quickly dies down, as though swallowed up. Okay. Steps begin again, the rhythm unchanging, the resolve unyielding. A tattered ham floats above the surface of the water as ripples crash into ripples, becoming a chaotic jumble of lines and shapes. Whoa. Now that is a banshee scream. Is this carry on Night King's art? Probably. Monster. I mean, it is definitely, Nexter, if that's what you mean. A dazzling beam of light spews forth from Monster's mouth, but the shining lance is lost amidst the dark swamp. The slow sloshing changes. Oh, hello. Yep. Whoa. A series of hurried footsteps erupt in the silence, and all lost sound return once more. A brilliant cacophony, an ear-splitting din. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that made me dizzy. Hello. Yeah, these freaking things. What are they called? Sudaram? Death has come for you all. Stay back, you whatever you are. Look out. Cage. Nicholas Cage. A Sudaram. Burial shroud still wrapped around the corpse. His body has already rotted away. Conventional attacks will have no real effect. This is a form of witchcraft innate to the Naxxrator, or possibly an ancient tradition. Naxxrators devour life to nourish their bodies, but all bodies have an end. Once at the cusp of that end, powerful Naxxrators will nourish weaker ones with their flesh, gaining unfathomable speed and strength in return, alongside witchcraft energy that no ordinary body could bear. In so doing, I think that is correct, but it just feels weird. In doing so, they become even more powerful creatures, while their nourishment allows the Naxxrator society to sustain and grow, just as fallen leaves flourish the land, or nourish the land, and the land supports new lives, an eternal cycle. Alright, you just had to say like 2 things, but yeah. Lois is just a WWE nickname anyway. Yeah. Flood. Just a big fan, you know? The muddy waters of the swamp rise swiftly, like a curtain, immersing the Naxxrator up to his torso. At the same time, incantations wend and weave their way around the group, holding back the rod's incessant bite. Over there! Quick! We'll head into the forest! Let's go! Here we go. Surely they can follow us. No way. Don't step on the mud. With the swamp rising, or perhaps the mist sinking, the dark ground becomes a gaping mouth, trying to engulf all. The group struggles through the mire, each breath growing more labored. A singular thought seizes the collective mind. Living is a tedious and futile effort compared to the peaceful eternal slumber that awaits if they simply turn around and embrace death. Monster, protect the doctor. It's like he's gonna be the first one to go if he is convinced of those thoughts. I'm in my cage is sweaty flood spaghetti. He's here. The only sound they can hear is the whistling of the corroded blade as it swings down. Damn. The Naxxrator, the one who walks alongside death, has arrived before them. Hi. That's Sudaram. Hello. Piercing cry. Did Monster also feel the pain? All life withers before his heart. If we are caught in the Naxxrator's witchcraft, our life force will be swamped to become its nourishment. Whoa. He's fast. Did he come from the mud or drop from a tree? Either is possible. From life to death, from blossom to wither, they draw upon the entire life cycle, turn it into seeds to produce new Naxxrators. I can feel it. The unending flow of witchcraft energy floating towards us. And not just from the enemy before us. From the marsh, amidst the trees. It's everywhere. We have been wrapped in the Naxxrator's shroud. By his hands, death hangs above our very heads. Only by tearing apart the barrier of witchcraft can we defeat it. Miner, am I about to die? He's tired, shopkeep. Here, hold on to me so we don't get separated. Oh. Driver, hold my hand. Whatever you do, don't fall. She's fading out of consciousness. I can't hold her up much longer. Ordinary healing techniques won't help. Naxxrator witchcraft is devouring us all. Leave me. I'll only hold you back. You can let go of us. I know that if it wasn't for us, you and Sir Banshee could fight more easily. No. I promise that I will get out of the battlefield. We're in this together. I will get you out of the battlefield. Is that so? Good. The scent of blood. It pervades the air. It's River and the others' wounds. No, this blood is witchcraft. Huh? As in, a vampire? This forest has Naxxterars and vampires?
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? A thin fog of blood floats all around them. This is entirely different from the Prince of Blood's arts they witnessed before. It is subtle, like delicate strands of silk nearly smothered by the all-encompassing mist of decaying around them. But it is these silken strands that slightly stir the stagnant air. Amiya, feel the flow of wind. Whoa. Scale his hand first. I will expose the whip of this shroud and locate its weakest point.
Got it.
Black arcs gather before Amiya's body, condensing into a spear.
Logos raises his hand, pointing at the depths of the thick fog. Pierce.
Something Pierce. Yeah, that's a bunch of people named Pierce. Dual growl, I can't think of anyone right now. Herald of Death. You resist the spread of the rot, but to no avail. In the end, death will claim your corpse.
I have never once doubted that.
Disperse. Nah, I don't think there's anyone called Disperse. That's probably... someone has got to be called Disperse, right?
His giant blade falls, sticking into the soil like a gravestone. The Naxxterar's shroud flutters and billows. In an instant, his imposing figure disintegrates, leaving behind only several tattered strips of cloth, gently falling to the ground.
Is he dead? I can finally breathe. Clack clack. I don't know about that. It's the sound of bone scraping against bone. A withered hand stretches out of the mud.
Watch out!
Oh, it fell apart?
It looks like it to me.
Whew, when did you become such a badass, driver?
Shouldn't we keep going, Your Highness? Yes, it's best we leave at once, before the Naxxterar reawakens and catches up to us again.
So she... Why are we going through the forest again? I mean, they wanted to hide in the forest, right? But that seemed like a terrible idea. I mean, probably worse in the marsh, to be fair, but... I guess, and they couldn't have known that the vampires are there, so yeah, I mean, fair enough.
I wasn't expecting a vampiric art circle here. It's still working. Those vampiric arts that suddenly appeared as we were fighting the Sudaram. Was it because of this circle?
I'm afraid it's not that simple. I'm sure you're well aware, Amiya, that those arts were caused by a vampire. Oh, excuse me. First in the middle of desolation, she'll feel even more threatening. Yep. That's true, that's true.
Perhaps a descendant of a vampire? I assume that while the Sanguinar has been taken off the battlefield, the gifts he bestowed will now not so easily fade away. It doesn't matter. I'll do my best to put these corrupted lives to rest, as I've done before. Locos, could you please assist me?
Amiya. The sound becomes ever clearer, coming from behind the blood-stained boulders. It is the sound of limbs dragging across the ground, a sound that they've heard countless times in previous battles. Amiya notices the expression on Logos' face. He looks not at the stone columns, but Amiya, a trace of emotion fading across his eyes. It is sorrow. Amiya recognizes it instantly. She has felt sorrow countless times since the war began, sometimes from an enemy, but mostly from her companions.
Triper.
Yep.
Your Highness. When did it happen? Was it while we were fighting the Naxxterar? Yes. When we left the skeleton, I brought along a rock that the military commission had ordered us to transport. I thought since it made us stronger before, it might come in handy in that battle. It really did help, right? I never dared to imagine that I could fight alongside you and defeat that strange enemy. You used a blood crystal left behind by a vampire. Did you pierce your body with it? No, that wouldn't have induced such a drastic change. You swallowed some fragments. You willingly accepted Drukarel's blood and arts. I've always had the vampire bloodline, even though it's pretty faint by now. but I could still sense the sanguinary skull, even if it felt nothing more like a whisper. I've seen those worms crawl out of Sarka's corpses before, so there's no need to pity me for not knowing the consequences. Instead of dying in the gutter like a real worm without so much as a yelp, I'd rather accept this power and die on the battlefield, like a real Sarkas. This isn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. A few months ago, while driving namelessly through the wilderness, I heard a broadcast about what was happening in Londinium. And somehow, I just drove all the way here. Shopkeep says I read too many stories about knights. That's rubbish. Everyone knows that Castle doesn't need knights. I just wanted to know if there was a real path, like in life, that I could follow. One with a proper end. If I could give some meaning to my life without just wasting it. And then I met you. The path of the King of Sarkas is the path for me. We've got alongside each other in this path. Like you said, we are in this together. And now, the fighting stopped. At least for now. My buddies are still alive. Your Highness, you can deal with me as you see fit.
Are they saying that media corrupts our youth? I don't know. I don't know what they're saying at this point. Don't listen to Londinium podcast, got it? They are saying a lot of things, to be fair. So if that's your takeaway, maybe. Yeah.
Deal with you? What are you all talking about? Driver, why you become like... Real scary, aren't I? Your Highness, please, I beg of you, help her. And Lord Banshee, sir, I humbly return this coin to you. It is the only thing of worth I have. Witchcraft is the trigger of her condition, not the cause. There is nothing Amiya, and even Dr. Calcid could do to reverse the changes. Then what are you going to do? Don't tell me you're going to kill her like you killed those red worms. Stand aside, Shopkeep. This was my decision. Your Highness, I heard that, in the past, the greatest warriors of the Sarkas, right before they died, could request that the king grant them a vision. I don't know if I count or not. Amiya raises her hand. Black arts coalesce at her fingertips. A desperate smile emerges of the driver's face as she unconsciously looks at the top of the goddess's head, searching for the legendary black crown. My king. What will I see? I just hope it won't be me driving that piece of junk around Castle.
She will join her child soldier corps.
Driver, can you tell me your name? Your real one. Is this part of the ceremony too? Well, if I knew your name, it will be a lot easier. Marila, a common name. Marila. Sorry, I never staged in Casimir's for long, so my pronunciation might be off. No, it's good. It's been so long since anyone called my name so gently. Ever since my mother died. Marila, I refuse your request.
But I refuse.
You won't grant me a vision? I suppose I was never a warrior to begin with. No, that's not it. I refuse to let you die here, by my hand, Marila. You have not become the vampire's creation. Your looks have changed, but I don't sense you becoming any more evil or bloodthirsty. And even if you are showing a bit more of your ancient bloodline, you're still you. You don't deserve punishment, nor should I be the one to give you your honor. But you are the King of Sarkas. Please, call me Amiya. Miss Marila, I've had my share of stories because your team, isn't comprised of roadside and operators. I was thinking earlier about how you could get along with you three, how we could get along with you three. But in truth, it wasn't a problem at all. If you wish to fight alongside us for a common goal, then I welcome you with open arms.
Wow, you called it, Godo. Straight up. Just join our ranks. But I don't sense you becoming more evil or bloodthirsty than you already are. I guess, yeah, I guess. That's fair. The young goddess keeps her arms outstretched, her blue eyes blinking.
The sarcasm woman grasps her slender fingers. Despite not feeling much sorrow, 2 rows of scarlet tears still flow down her cheeks. Oh, happy cult it. Were you watching Amiya? She's changed a lot these past few years. She's become mature. She's always been a good leader, yeah. She's definitely gotten more mature. The core of the vampire's ritual has changed. It is no longer just a tool to amplify the strength of the Sarkas, or a simple collector of energy. It is a deepening of the Sarkas bloodline's bond with Originium, with Eminem. The blood of Tikas is playing a role in this somehow. The strength of the Sarkas bloodlines acts as a direct catalyst of the Originium spread. In turn, the information within the Originium empowers the bloodlines, changing their powers in other trails. The effect of this art seems similar. They didn't sell us merge a lot of bloodlines, commissariat skill bringing out the power in bloodlines. Right. We must be ready. The threat that Eminem represents may very well be far greater than anything we expect. Oh, there we go. Ooh, okay. Oh, I need a short break. A little break. Might even have to stretch a little bit, because... man. Ugh. That was good. I like that part of the story. There was a little bit of yapping. A little bit. Not too much, and I understand. Like, because if it was like a book, I would understand, like, them being very descriptive about every single little thing. I guess it's just this format that makes me go like, alright, just keep it going. But no, it's cool. That was the after, right? Right? XML, RI recruitment techniques long before they happen, you really can, yeah. 23, oh, never mind. 23 hours into the operation. Feels good so far. So far, yep. Whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, I'm glad I didn't go to the next one, because I really thought it was the next one already. Dang. The route ahead has been cleared. Oh, hi, Missouri. I'll continue scouting the Sarkas army movements. Haven't found any trace of them yet. Thank you, Missouri. Continue to set up those sentry posts. Morgan, found any surviving Victorian soldiers where you're at? I'm afraid not. Nothing but the Originium crystals here. You know what it is? I think it's, yeah, really hot here, so it's not... Let me see, I'm gonna set the air to like, turbo. So we can get some ventilation in here. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. Oh, whoops. She trashed the radio guy, probably, yeah. There we go. There. Hello? It's not stopping. Hello? So I was trying to stop the swing, but it's not stopping for some reason. Wait. Yeah, stop. There we go. Okay. I guess it got pressed twice or something. Siege exchange engaging in Glasgow gang activities. Yeah, that was a lot of hammering. Nothing but Originium crystals here. We haven't run into any Victorian troops, corpses, or wrecks since we entered the westbound forest. Damn it! We can tell there's been a bloody huge battle. So where have all the people gone? Where have all the people gone? The terrain here keeps changing. Maybe the ground ate them all up? I mean, maybe. For all we know, that's probably what happened. We cannot underestimate the tenacity of the people. It is only because there are those who refuse to keep up that the exemplars even exist. It's why we're here in the first place. Shearer, keep the medics ready to receive any army remnants and civilians. Oh yeah, this guy. We've got extra supplies, so no need to worry on that front. Thanks. Okay. The bad news is that with so many infected among our troops now, it's almost impossible to distinguish between infected and uninfected soldiers. I'd like your professional opinion on that matter. Will registering the infected help our men or not? Funny you should ask. Registering the infected. That might have been the first thing they told me at the military academy. But where we stand now, I'd say there's no real sense to it. I see. Then let's stop registering them. Just try your best to provide everyone, infected or not, with roadside and recommended protective measures. The rest is not up to us anymore. At least not for now. Let's all focus on surviving this war first. Then we can worry about the wars to come.
Fair enough.
Oh, my drone's back.
Hey, Rock. Rock 18. Nice.
How awful. The entire propulsion system has been cluttered up by crystal dust.
Jeez.
Based on monetary data, environmental originium concentration is still fluctuating wildly. Send me that data you just got, Rock. We've got a new iteration of our originium activation trend model, and I want to see if our calculations fit real-world data.
Yeah, okay. Experimentation time. What the drone doing? Shearer, Wooler, and Tanner, legendary officers, they really are.
Looks like there's not enough data to do that. The trend of this curve. Let's wait for Victor's team to finish up with the diffractometer analysis report. Then we shall be able to calculate the safe areas in real time. This place freaks me out. 1 minute it's deadly quiet. The next there's something terrifying, some terrifying original mountain pushing its way up out of the dirt. The safe areas keep changing. How do we manage to reestablish short-range comms after working our asses off? If we even take a step out of range, all that interference will just get in the way again. Good thing I planned ahead and asked Radiant for her arts unit before we left the Londinium.
Yo, Radiant mentioned, let's go.
After a little copy and paste, I made a no-cut version. It's not as good as the real deal, but it should help.
Yo, Radiant playable, I almost forgot about that. I'm so happy about that. Is it the most recent thing in Arknights CN?
I think it is, right? More or less. Once we got these portable communications towers up, we'll be able to transmit the location of the safe areas to anyone on the battlefield who needs them.
It will be nice if that opens up for more... what's it called? What's called the team? The elite? Yeah, the elite operators to join. That'll be cool.
This information will save many lives. Well, yeah, that's what Rhode Island does. Horn, status update. We've successfully arrived at Gibsonham. It's the last supply point before we reach the front of Silver Rock Bluffs.
Oh, it is Bluffs.
The reconnaissance team has already made their initial scouting report. Looks like there are traces of the Ducal armies here. Must have passed through one way to the front a few days ago.
All your elite are belong to us. Yep, that's what I'm saying. That's what I want to say anyway.
I think we can confirm at this point that the route Trill Biasher provided is safe. Is there anyone in town? The streets are empty, but I can see the flicker of shadows and the smell of food. Probably Mom's spaghetti. We decided against contact to avoid unneeded misunderstandings. Understood. We'll rendezvous with you as soon as we can.
Okay.
It's getting dark. Seems like everything's going smoothly. Best we let our fighters get some rest and some hot soup in them. Remember to save some for my team. They'll be taking a while longer to get back after their work is done. Rogrog and I still have to head over to Feist. I'm not sure if we'll be able to double our communication range by nightfall, but we'll do our best to finish ASAP. Hold on, let me check something real quick. I think I
can see why the... Yeah, why the air is weird. There does seem to be a lot of humidity, because it rained yesterday, surprisingly. So yeah, the air is very humid, so that might actually be it. Yeah, no, it's not this. Okay. Horn, subscribe to Eminem newsletter.
Right. I'm not sure if we'll be able to provide our communication range by nightfall, but we'll do our best to finish ASAP. No need to worry. We'll save the best for your people. It's all just the same canned provisions though, right? Would you like some engine oil for dressing then?
Oi! Dang. Just two Londinians bullying Sarkas.
All units continue onward until you reach Gibsonham. I hope things can be as peaceful tonight as things are now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, Horn just getting, constant upgrades. Or updates, I mean. Oh. Well, the houses seem to be empty. Have the residents gone into hiding? Gibsonham's not far from the Duke's defense line, so I doubt the Sark has ever fully captured it. Not to mention that the Ducal armies just passed through a few days ago. Horn's caution is warranted, though. There might be some scattered Ducal troops who want to reconvene with the main army and decided to camp out here first. Although Trilby Asher's helping us out with his advice, Victoria's never exactly been a model for unity. Not to mention the complicated nature of the exemplars. I dare say there are a few old-fashioned military nobles who will rather not tolerate our very existence. I see. Let's show them the full scale of our forces. It'll deter those with ulterior motives, and alert everyone who needs our help of our arrival. Who needs our help at our arrival? Maybe I don't know. Or the help of our, I don't know. The rumbling of traveling tanks reverberates through the quiet night. The low roar of the engines forcefully yet steady. The soldiers cautiously advance, observing their surroundings, but still all they see are pitch-black windows and doorways. It doesn't look like they want to make first contact. That's fine, as long as it means we can get along. Wait, I hear something. From the building to the front and left. That's the sound of artillery shells casings falling on the ground. An ambush? On your guard, everyone. I'll lead a team to scout ahead. First squad, second squad, follow my lead. Let's go. It's just a cat just tripped, or just, you know. Let's drag it down. There are no signs of life in the abandoned factory. Contrary to expectation, there is no sound of an explosion following the fallen casing. Yeah, I'm telling you. Someone just dropped it. Are you sure that was fallen casings, Horn? Absolutely sure. There's a special model only allocated to elite Victorian troops. No traces of anyone living here. Don't move, Siege. Siege carefully puts her foot down back to where it was. Horn points at a thin tripwire, barely visible against the ground. Dang. Contrary to popular belief, yeah. That's what I was thinking. Nicely concealed, what with the surrounding piping obstructing the view. Real tricky to spot. A booby trap? No, it's not linked to explosives, just a simple alarm system. Based on how they've installed it, I'd say they're military. Should we try to initiate contact? Yes. Everyone get behind us and prepare to engage. Hello, we don't mean any harm. All you need to call a secret passage. Get ready to enter. Stay behind my shield. Oh. What the heck? Halt! We're not... Okay, maybe don't run at them, you know? We are here to help! He's running at them full speed. Oh, Victorian? Oh, I can show, okay. Victorian soldier? Help! Whoa. Oh! I forgot about this, yeah. Well, I remember they met, but it just reminded me. I knocked over some spent ammunition while on watch. How could they have heard from so far away? They upgraded your alarm too. These troops, I don't think they're any ordinary... She can block your pile driver spear? Captain? And Siege too? It really is you, Fiona. Let's go. The lady with long red hair suddenly throws herself into the arms of her captain. So ye were alive all along. Wonderful. Wonderful. Horn gently releases bagpipe from her embrace and claps a hand on her shoulder. Good to see you in one piece, and in rather good shape too. I'm not in one piece, what are you talking about? I'll make my report now, Captain. I've done it. I managed to extract the intelligence on the Spectre Force, and I can what they're planning now. I survived. I had my memories. I got the truth, and I stayed alive. Your orders. I never forgot a word of them. Good to hear. I knew you could do it. I always knew. Welcome back, Bagpipe. Wait, you're not... Everyone, we mean you no harm. It's alright to come out.
No, civilians. Not all. Wait, Victorians with faces? Did all people have faces in the past? I don't remember. They look different though. They, at the very least, very high res. More high res than before. One by one, silhouettes emerged from the shadows. I think they did, but yeah, it was low res. The elderly, children, the sick and the wounded, civilians. Hundreds of pairs of eyes stare at Siege and her men in fear and curiosity, taking their measure. You are not with the ducal armies? Oh, the kid metal guys? Yeah, there might be one that didn't have. Don't remember if it was that one though, but yeah. Well, I guess this one doesn't have eyes yet. Well, not that people will be able to see. Yeah, it might just be in the shadow. I guess we'll have to see other NPCs of this type. Most of you aren't dressed like Victorian soldiers. In fact, you mostly look like workers to me. That's right. We're not under any of the dukes. We are called the Exemplars. That's us. Let's go. Oh. Back to the tent. Shearer's counting out the civilians who were hiding in the factory and giving them a checkup. All he can say at the moment is that it's looking better than we expected. Aside from those infected soldiers under the Duke of Fife who came along with you, and a small team of military engineers under the Duke of Normandy, everyone else is just local civilians who couldn't escape. The Ducal Legion's armies came through here a few days ago, but I'd rather give up a chance of being rescued than seek help from the Grand Dukes. It's understandable why the soldiers will avoid them. They're either worried about the status of their infection or worried about the court-martial. But as for the civilians, perhaps this was the year the people living around Londinium got to reassess their country and thus decorated higher-ups. Backpipe, how did you manage to get their trust? Are you listening, Backpipe? Huh? Oh, aye, Captain. You need to pay attention during tactical meetings. Maps on the wall, not my face. Sorry, Captain. Huh? Horn lets out a small sigh. I really shouldn't be asking. You are Fiona after all. Hee. I'm just a wee bit glad. The Exemplars, the Tempest Platoon's predecessors. I guess the rumors were true. I'm actually amazed that you still remember what you learned in the military history class. Well, of course. When I was still at training camp, Triangle made sure I committed the fact to memory. Out by the training field, the sycamores are full of leaves blocking the sun just right. Then there were the rocks at the top of the cliff. Hard as, well, rocks. Handle string if you try to climb them. And will sting. Bagpipe sound effects. It will be great, yeah. Every time she talks, she had... Or every time she appeared, at least, she had bagpipe sound effects. Does she has an EP, right? Does her EP have bagpipe sounds? I feel like that will be messed up if it doesn't. Let's see. I remember when Cello and Oboe had a wager on who will complete the rock climbing training course the fastest. The loser had to do 100 one-handed push-ups. Oboe was a right fool. I would have taken that bet with Cello. Maybe you should have reminded him back then. You were even sitting in this bag the whole time he was doing those push-ups. I was helping him with his training, and I'd say it turned out alright in the end. He was just a hair behind Cello the next time. Oh. The Exemplars. When the Tempest platoon was first established, nothing was left of this legendary unit from the War of the Four Nations. Not even its unassigned unit ID. But now, it has returned once more to the battlefield. We're all members of the Exemplars now, Bagpipe. Bagpipe evolves into back then. I feel like back then will be like a devolving instead, right? It just becomes smaller Bagpipe. As long as our team is still here, we will never stop fighting the good fight. Meanwhile, if I remember correctly, I was gonna say. Sad hours. Isn't there a strategy meeting inside?
Why are you standing out here in the cold? Just wanted to clear my head for a few minutes. Did you think I was someone else? Barrett or... No, not really. I believe you. If someone suddenly popped out of the fog tonight, I wouldn't have any expectations either. Not everyone is as lucky as Horn, reuniting with the person they most want to see. Okay, that's a luxury around here. So... Because I was gonna say, you know, if you call yourself lucky in this, you're gonna get cooked. But they are all playable, so I guess I don't know what will happen in this case, in this situation. That's enough blues for tonight. We shall head inside. Oh, wait. Why are you standing here in cold and kick me out after I stretch my legs on the table? Get out, Sage. Wait. Oh. Victorian soldiers? Are they the remnants who stayed behind? No, they can't be. I never noticed them until they got this close. They're the elite of the elites. Caster's men? Ah, it's positively frigid out here. My hands are frozen stiff. The days truly are getting colder as they go by. Why, I've only taken a little jaunt, and my full plate's already half soaked through. Oh, make way, yeah. I guess advantage of reading through this before, you know, beforehand I know who it is. My young friends, won't you invite me inside to warm my hands for a spell? Since you've come all this way in person, I suppose we should show you some courtesy. Delphine? Kill him. No. Yes, Vina? Let's show the Duke the way. Well, dang. He's like, I guess we gotta, huh? Okay. Most sniper operators. Breaking the silence. Hold on, hope guides us forward. This chapter so far, yeah, does seem to be heading more to the positive, doesn't it? Not to say that there won't be ups and downs. I mean, there's definitely been already, but it does seem to be heading towards the conclusion. Excuse me. Who are you, sir? If nothing else, bittersweet, I guess. Whew, what's better? Once you reach a certain age, you come to prefer bright and warm places. And is that beans I smell? I was cooking some canned beans for dinner. Do you want some, sir? Don't mind if I do. Will be better if we had some seasoning from home. Perhaps some marinated meat. Hi, I was thinking the same. We got the dents. What is it? I ken who you are now, and you're a bit different from what's in the news. Well, you can ask your captain. I held her when she was wee. Little Rita touched my horn, and as we heard Dad didn't have one. I apologize for my insolence at the time, Your Grace. What? Why are you apologizing for that? Not many have the nerves to touch my horns, Lieutenant Scamandros. You showed courage from a very young age. Or should I say, all of you are brave warriors of Victoria. Your defense at Ketley was outstanding, as was your performance at Brentwood. The exemplars, you call yourselves. I've long wanted to meet you, though it seems your leader does not welcome my presence. Well, it's communication beans? Yep. I understand. Beans are pretty good, as he pointed out, yeah, with some seasoning. Though, I mean, if you get some really good beans, they almost don't need much, but they gotta be good beans, not like canned stuff, you know? Gotta be all natural stuff. Anyway, maybe not even all natural, I don't know. I don't know where they come from. It's just beans, you know. Pardon my frankness, Your Grace, but please get out of here. It's hard to treat your sudden appearance as a pure gesture of good fate. Of course, Lady Windermere. I understand. Especially in times like this. I sent men to the ironclad Gallifrey. They were traveling quickly, but fortunately, I made it in time to present funeral flowers for Amphilis. I appreciate the gesture. I assume the Duke of Gutterin hasn't come all the way here just to give us a medal? What if I say I have? Okay, cool. Most of us are neither nobles nor intelligentsia. It will be best if you didn't beat around the bush. Your Royal Highness Alexandrina is as direct as they say. Or would you prefer that I call you Siege, like your friends do? I fully understand why the Exemplars avoided the ducal armies along the way. You didn't want them to get involved in the machinations of the dukes. You want to fight only for Victoria and her people, like the legendary unit that you're named after. And so, I'm not here as the Duke of Gororin. I'm here as Sean Gororin, Member of Parliament, to extend an invitation to the Parliament-authorized Tempest Platoon and the rest of the Exemplars. Leave that outdated identification code behind. I'm asking that you intervene in this war in the name of Parliament. So dude just came all the way, in the middle of the war, just to talk politics, basically. I guess that's how it be, huh? Oh, hi, Mystery. Why is everything burning around you? What is with you, man? The miners' camp has burned to the ground. Oh, okay, that explains it. No sign of Sarka's soldiers. Mystery feels a slight chill. The campsite's charred debris has cooled. That doesn't seem like it has, but okay. He moves some collapsed wood beams aside and finds a few unrecognizable bodies. Miners, remains of the infected. It's all the same everywhere. Sure, yeah, exactly. You're right, you're right. I'm gonna increase the air further because holy crap, it's getting so hot. Let's see. What's that sound? Oh, hi Sudaram. Nice hiding spot, Sudaram. No, he knows, okay. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me again. There we go. Naxxor is spotted to the northwest of Gibsonham. Out of comms range already? Death has you. I don't think so. So hot. Mystery. Well, thanks. Several runes are spears out of the ground beneath Mystery's feet, but he's no longer there. Yeah, hot on his feet. Is it cold? Hot his feet? When he just goes like, you know, someone goes fast? Or is it cold on? I don't remember. Anyway, light on your feet. It's not hot or cold. Mystery rips through the fabric of space with a dagger and retreats out of range. The collapsed ruins turn into a cage, trapping the Naxxor's withered bodies. Shush now, yeah, tell that to me. I have you too. Damn. Come on, mystery unit, mystery playable. Come on. He will be pretty OP, I feel, if it was accurate. But hey, it's a low standard 6 stars are like that. Now, do got the thing. I understand that the Victorian Parliament has not held a session for a long time. Everyone who escaped Londinium knows that the Sarkas have been the ones giving the orders from the Palace of Westhalec during this time. He is very cool. Yeah, I agree. Of course, I don't deny the present circumstances. What will be cast our gaze further, though? To the future beyond the war. Future? Isn't it a little too early to be bargaining over that? If bargaining and coercion were synonyms? You misunderstand me. Godwin is not caster. I will much prefer to sit by the fireside than gather at a negotiation table. I'm more about drinking and playing cards with friends. It gets cold rather quickly once summer is gone. But if I have some men add some wood to the fire, you might as well have them come in. Thank you. Yeah. Mystery's so sick. That's much better. Where were we? Oh yes, the future. We know that the war will end, and Victoria will triumph. The war will inevitably bring, or should I say, has already brought about irreversible changes, ending a 20-year stalemate. If anyone in the room is interested in the empty throne, it certainly isn't me. Excellent, excellent. See, we already have a consensus. As a matter of fact, I had a little meeting not too long ago, and saw the Iron Duke in person. That's cool. Seeing him always reminds me of when I first saw the Gastro.
Like so many other children who grew up hearing tales of the Empire's death knell, I searched for the shadows of the ruins that belong to the Lincolnis, only to find not Gaul, but the glory of the strongest nation of our time, so splendid that I could not bear to turn away. You want us to believe you care more about Victoria than Gododin? Make no mistake, I don't. I will never call myself a patriot. A duke must always put his dukedom before all else. This is not just a matter of interest, but also a duty, a responsibility. But I wonder, what is the difference between Gododin and Wellington? Wellington will still be Wellington, with or without Victoria. But what will become of Gododin if the light of Victoria went out? She's screaming in her mind. That was sarcasm, yep. Right. Hold on. Still setting out the AC. Got a little cold now. There you go. Yeah. Perhaps it will survive, but things will certainly not get better. You don't want the Grand Dukes to really divide Victoria. I'm not the only one. You know what? As strong as Victoria is, she's not without their rivals. Ursus, Lithuanian, Colombia, Sargon. All the ambitious nations of Terra have their eyes on us. We need a single, unified voice to bring stability. This is why Parliament exists. All the ducal realms will select an appropriate representative, including Windermere. Hello. This is what the Exemplars mean to Victoria. No soldier who fights to the cause of Victoria will need to fear betrayal again. The Speaker of Parliament has always been the king, for the entirety of the role's existence. But it doesn't mean that he, or she, must sit on the throne. Wow. And this is what you mean to all of us, Your Royal Highness Alexandrine, if you are willing. No one speaks as the Duke's words sink in. Only the crackling of the fire Gododin lit can be heard. I have only one question for your grace. If all of this could have waited until after the war, then if I refuse now, can my friends and I live with the size of kings? About that. Huh. Siege. Crossbowmen outside. We're surrounded. Maybe we already were the moment he showed up. Well, first we'll learn what a commitment is to Castor. Now we'll learn what friendship is to Gododin. Friends treat each other as equals, do they not? My offer remains fair. At the minimum, I gave this young friend from Gododin the opportunity to point her piledriver spear at me. Well then. Oh. Every time a menu theme comes in, it's funny. That's the signal from Drone 6 again. Blasted place. Alright, Palin, Ibris, Victor, we have to do this manually. Status reports, everyone? I'll get here. The beacon's in there and the sensor's running. We're still getting strong interference with the wind and sand. I'm trying to filter out the noise. Waiting on you now, Victor. 5 minutes. The ground's softer than expected. Careful, quicksand. The soil's very different from the samples we collected. I've sent the data back. You got that, Captain? I knew it was a good idea to get you on board, Ibris. Worth a few days of angry stares from Earth spirits. Think you can do with a better working environment, Closure? Try not to get too much sand in your mouth. Stop talking like Amiya, Balnin. My blood is self-cleansing. Hey, don't just laugh at me. Keep working. The sooner we get the signal tower set up, the sooner we can broadcast the saves on locations. And the sooner you can go to town. I'm trying. Road sailing equipment isn't like anything else I've seen. I'm already doing an exemplary job. Get it? Seriously though, you and Rookrook shouldn't be here with me in the first place. You have my drones. Of course I'm staying here with them. Well, that is a solid reason. I know you're concerned about my safety, but I'm actually really strong. What's that? What's that? Those vampires will disagree? Well, not all vampires are built the same, you know?
It's you two I'm worried about. Put your helmets on. Oripathy infection is no joke.
Alright. But you lot are the ones who need to be careful, running around the battlefield like this.
You lot?
Rhodes Island. You lot are all over the battlefield, not caring for your own safety at all. Wallin is an infected from Victoria. Ibis is infected, but not Victorian. Victor isn't infected or Victorian. How amazing! You know, he's got all the seats.
Why? Everyone knows Rhodes Island operators come from everywhere. Now I can't help but think of my granny, Luisia, plus Tommy and the gang. I once hoped that the Self-Salvation Corps will be as united as the Rhodes Island operators I'd seen. Well, people aren't really born good or bad. Circumstances change, so do people. Maybe one day, the Self-Salvation Corps will become a tightly knit, united group. Just like the Exemplars, now all fighting for the same thing. We are ready to brave the worst, ready to deal with defeat, even betrayal.
Feist mind blown, yeah.
But it's not necessarily race, upbringing, or circumstances that will unite us, just like Rhodes Island. Alright, enough with the compliments. I don't want to keep your equipment. Should I get you a contract now?
I'm not jealous of Rhodes Island, Miss Closure. You'll not give me the same kind of feeling as the strange communication equipment you're holding. A possibility. Something that proves I'm not just a naive dreamer.
Wait. Maybe your monologue is starting to bother Closure, Feist.
Nope, I think it's shaking.
What's that sound? Let me check the feed from Rock 18.
Oh. Even betrayal. Hyperglyph knows the app. Of course I know. In the monitor's pixelated image, a sandstorm approaches quickly.
Catastrophe? But I don't see the data. Beneath the wild sands are tattered banners and the chanting of war. Naxxterers, what are they doing here? Go. You two, leave now. Everyone from the Self-Salvation Corps, head for Gibsonham now.
Get out of here. Maybe your monologue started to bother her. She's so busy looking at my face to hear me anyway. Oh, what the heck? What's that sound? Right? Oh, Sudaram are here. Circus! They're already here! Battle stations! Open fire! They sure are. What are guns gonna do to those things? I don't think they can hurt them much. Explosions? Well, I guess they might. Because they are arts powered, so. Yeah.
Sir, the circus are attacking the town. We have to leave now.
They found us quicker than I expected. Looks like the circus remembered the success they had with Amphilis.
What of the attackers?
Naxxter elite, sir. Your Royal Highness, you and your people must leave with us now. This town is not worth defending, but you and your friends are of paramount importance to the future of Victoria. Our battleships can take us back to the Silver Rock Bluffs the Silver Rock Bluffs front in 3 hours. That is where you belong.
Me or the sword? Sir, we don't have time. You don't have time and you don't plan to fight, even though you know how many civilians there are. But of course you wouldn't. They are not important to you or the parliament. These poor families wouldn't introduce a single member of parliament in 100 years.
Wouldn't produce.
There's no place for them in your game of cards.
I simply have my sights on reality, Your Highness.
Reality? Reality is that the future of Victoria you dream is to be found in grand halls filled with noble coats of arms. My Victoria is here with these people.
Very well, Your Royal Highness. You're like your father at times. Naive, reckless.
Is that so? Not that I care. I don't remember anything about him.
Very well. Good luck.
Horn, order all combat-ready personnel on the plate to their stations, now. On it. Delphine, have Lieutenant Shearer get the logistics and medical staff ready. Already done. Follow the plan. Protect the civilians. Prepare for battle.
Let's go. We're not going with them. Colin really thought he was slick. But no, we're going the hard way. To be fair, maybe we should have gone, but yeah, then we, I guess, compromised to taking the sword to them, or the whole thing that he said. So, you know, better to not make any rash decisions. The expression was very meaningful, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm liking of this story so far, and that's why I liked it when I was reading through it, that, yeah, that does seem like everything is important. Everything that is happening, like every little interaction. Well, you know, which is usually the case, but there are times where they do, you know, linger a little, I feel. Which is cool. Yeah, but they're not doing that here. At least as much. I think something's wrong with the diffractometer sensor. Nothing wrong with it. You see, Victor? I'm getting the same results. It's not always the equipment's fault that you're not getting valid data. The data itself may exceed my scope, or the scope. Originium reaction metrics are above the default limit. They're coming, guys. We have 3 minutes. Victor is the youngest of us. If nothing else, we shall try to get him out. What do you think was the reason that I signed up for the Londinium operations? Never could just do as you're told, could you? How are you doing over there, Closure? Still alive. I've got my drones, and they're loaded with... I think I hear the sound of drones crashing. They used to be your babies. Well, you know. You knew it when you entered the self-salvation corps to pull out, didn't you? That was your last chance to escape. The Originium activity data is incomplete. I need data from all of you. Amiya's not here, so you're my captain, Closure. We all talked to Amiya before we came to Londinium. Stop a war and save both the Victorias and the Sarkas. With just a few of us, it's next to impossible. But I chose to trust all of you. Trust in the dream of Rhodes Island. There isn't a single Rhodes Island operator who doesn't want to see the day when there is a cure for oropathy. When everybody's living a better life. Doesn't that sound ridiculous to most folks? My only regret about dying here is that I won't get to see that day. No. Did you get my data, Ibris? By the way, sorry for interrupting. Poor Victor doesn't know how chasing after Durin usually ends. Yep. Yep. You sent the newest batch of data over, Captain. Oh, and right now that's selfless, so don't forget to put my name in when you publish your paper. Will do. Communication failure detected. Signal lost imminent. Importing energy fluctuation data. Initializing automatic analysis module. Catastrophe scale confirmed. Developing prediction model on Originium induced environmental changes for the next 24 hours. Bzz.
Captain, shield damaged. They are about to... Hang in there, Ibris. Moving towards your position. Bzz, bzz.
Oh, that was Akaris. Was it? Yeah, I think I remember seeing the ears. It really does look like a Durin, though. Make it happen.
Oh, make it happen, Closure.
You know, reserve Rhodes Island operators will reserve island operators. Yeah. I will. The engineer's eyes are glued to the screen in front of her. That made no sense, but you know what I meant. Maybe not. Faster, faster. If they fail to compile the Originium activity data, then all the squad's efforts will be for naught. The din of war approaches. Only a few drones remain, so you can feel the enemy's cold, freezing breath.
Model successfully compiled. Outputting saves on locations.
Yes! All that's left is the signal tower.
Oh. About the tower. Whoa, hi.
Oh, vampire. Traitor. This war will go on, and you will feed it.
Yikes! Very, yeah, my honest reaction. My drone. The Sudaram's blade slices the hovering drone, sending it crashing to the ground. That was her last combat drone. Get her out of the way.
Your hearts are weak and pathetic. How could such a frail vampire exist?
Well, damn. Ow. Ouch! Yo. Yikes. Ouch. Searing pain erupts and Closure feels then an entire side of her body go numb. The breath of decay invades her. Closure can barely hold on to the signal tower. With great efforts, she plants the complex equipment to the ground to lean on.
Insufficient signal strength. Strong interference detected. Unable to broadcast safe zone locations. Please follow the equipment manual.
I know, shut up. What kind of vampire are you, Closure? Close those wounds. Hang in there just a little longer. Just getting this thing up right. Oh. Damn. Oh. Just passed out. Oh, there we go. Sleeping in the corridors again? You'll catch the cold. Rhode Island's basic functions are online. I think she's ready for a grand voyage. Thank you, Chief Engineer. You've delivered your promise. If you want to leave this ship and go back to Castle. Right, you told me before. I'm not interested in that place. But at least promise me you won't call yourself a talentless vampire anymore. Yeah, no playable Closure. Can't have crap in Victoria. You're the most talented person I've ever known, Closure. You're just different from other vampires. So here's my offer. As long as you still want to see the vast and unexplored parts of this land, we'll always be each other's companion. I won't let everyone down. And myself. Closure can feel the Sudaram's cold grip close in around her neck. War has finally claimed her. Oh, Closure! Who? A survivor? Signal. There's a signal. A road silence signal. Yo. Grab my hand, Closure. Doberman? Who you calling Doberman? Let's go, Fang. It's me. Can you stand? Fang. You. you just saw us do that? What happened? Okay, Fang, hold on. The dagger pierces the Sudaram's chest, causing a massive burst of energy. Oh, it was Misery, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry I'm late. Misery gave us the location. More are coming. Almost got it. Cover me. Keep them away. Very rare sad Closure screen. I just realized that. Ah, cool. Nice. What is our mission? When Closure first joined Rhodes Island, then known as Babel, she asked many operators this question. She got a different answer every time. Some dreams are big, others less so. Some gave details, others mumbled, scratched their heads, and gave an abashed smile. But there comes a time when they all have the same expression, and a time when they all make the same choice. Almost there, this is the last one. Closure flag bearer confirmed. Yo, that'd be cool. Core module online, communications restored. How will the drones come into that though? Because you every time you see someone with a drone, you assume immediately, right? Like, make a cord caster. But yeah, if it was actually a flag bearer, that'd be cool. Raise your flag, yeah. So sick. That and the CG with Salish, with the what's it called, with the flag also. So sick. We're coming, Closure. Hang in there. Oh, that's that. We send your location to the exemplars. Help is on the way. Finally. Oh. Goodbye. Closure, are you okay? Oh yeah, summoner copy too. Yeah. Even a different class. I guess tacticians that are kinda summoners, right? Vanguard summoners, I mean. But yeah, it would be cool if they could put that in flag bearer somehow. Keep your distance. Cover the artilleries and crossbowmen. The appearance of the Naxxrays is closely linked to the catastrophes. Do not fear their witchcraft. However bizarre it is, it's still arts. Remember how we marched through a catastrophe. We survived the catastrophe. We'll survive the Sarkis. Bagpipe. I'm here. The Duke of Gutterin spoke the truth. Tempest Platoon is under the direct authority of Parliament. We have an obligation to answer Parliament's call.
is a more legitimate cause for action than the Duke's invitation. Not to mention that by accepting his invitation, you, Robin, and everyone who came with us because they had no choice will have proper identities. Identity? Did you forget, Captain? I'm retired anyways. Besides, I understand in the stand-up with the Duke earlier, you didn't hesitate to put your shield in front of Siege. True. What are these sieges carrying the size of kings? Have you seen it before, Captain? I have. Siege was right. Just a piece of metal that happens to mean something to some people. Troops are brushing on our flank. No ID code, but I recognize them. They're the Duke of Godorin's men. They've engaged the Sarkas and covered one of our squads just now. Good. If that's Godorin's way of showing friendship, then we'll show him the same in return. Attention, exemplars! Stand with the soldiers of Godorin. No one step backward until the last foe is vanquished. Okay, I guess we're going. Oh. For some reason I thought it was gonna be it. The ship has reached cruising speed, sir. We're out of danger for now. Good. The Sarkas' witchcraft is most peculiar indeed. Better to fake a moment of vulnerability than to have them constantly harassing our rear. The leader of the Nexarers has not been sighted, nor any other known powerful Sarkas. I suppose they don't see Gododin as nearly the threat that Windermere or Wellington are. I could call that a relief. The size of kings has not left keeps on him. Should we move on to the next phase? What do you think of them? More of a challenge than expected. Alexandrina's forces are growing, and they are more organized and effective than we thought. Oh, I don't mean as an adversary. The exemplars, like you said, they look the parts. And they've worked well enough with the troops that we left behind. Rita is with them, and looks more like the legendary White Wolf than her father did. And Windermere isn't quite as weak as the intel have her. Maybe it's not such a joke after all, that those kids could become the exemplars. Do you intend to abandon the plan for us to escort the Rainblade then? Abandon? Such a strong word. It is the future that Gododin values. Alexandrina, the size of kings. The exemplars, even Rhodes Island. Perhaps we'll cross paths again on our way to the future. Mayhaps. But dude is like, I'm out. See ya. Dang. Our tanks are fighting the last pocket of Sarkas on the east side of town. We've successfully defended Gibsonham. It will serve as a supply point on the way to Silver Rock Bluffs. However, the terrain has changed. The environment around Londinium is constantly changing because of Amnamen's influence. Fissures, cliffs, and rapids that should not have been there are emerging everywhere. Silver Rock Bluffs is almost constantly under severe catastrophe. It's hard to say where our food will land when we put it forward. I wouldn't have believed this was our Londinium if I had anything less than absolute faith in Rhode Island's data. Excuse me. No, there we go. He's got the hiccups in the moment. The sun on the meadow is summery warm, filling our home with euphoria. After this war, we might have to change our national anthem's lyrics. It's just time to be having a laugh. You wanted to say, we'll think about it later when we take it back, didn't you? But even if we really went back, will our home ever return to the way it was? That's why we're not going to win the war. We're not just going to win the war. We're not going to let the Sarkas destroy Londinium in the war. We'll overcome the storm ahead. And we won't abandon the home that the storm has ravished. Vice told me his squad picked up more distress signals nearby. There may be more lives saved yet. The areas where fighting occurred with the Naxxarers will need to be cleaned up. Rhode Island operators will provide the usual assistance. I want the exemplars to work with them on these post-combat affairs. Establish supply lines, rescue and transfer the injured, and relieve those who want to join us. Okay, sounds good. Understood. We're checking. Hi, Dolphin. The troops who returned from the front line have assembled. Counting in the Gododin soldiers who had their IDs wiped, the exemplars have far exceeded the scale of a regiment. They want to join us? I met with their officers. They said the Duke of Gododin left before they could board the transports. Preliminary screening indicates that all of them are infected. Sounds familiar, huh? The Duke of Gododin left his infected soldiers behind, just like the other dukes. Or maybe he intentionally picked a bunch of soldiers who had unfortunately gotten infected and sent them over to us. I suspect he has ulterior motives. I mean, of course he has. The performance of those infected troops indicates that they're different from those we've seen before. I wouldn't call them stragglers. If Gododin's intention is to keep an eye on us, then we should probably try to lose these people, or at least separate them tactically. No. You know the Dukes better than I, Delphine. There's a very good chance that you're right. But right now, there's nothing we need more than unity. If even the exemplars shows which parts of Victoria they united, what will happen to the future that we dreamed of?
Good point. Great point.
Gododin very likely knew that we couldn't reject those men. That's why he let us leave so easily.
Then we need to be ready.
This is not the first challenge we had to overcome, nor will it be the last. Sarkas, Castor, the Dukes. It's not just one storm that the exemplars will have to weather. I'll let Lieutenant Shearer know. To be honest, everyone's happy to get some new blood. Plus, they're all infected. If it's really true that Gododin has not abandoned them, that in itself is worth celebrating. Perhaps the unity that once seemed impossible is actually within reach. There you go.
It's like, yeah, things suck right now, but things are looking a little better. A little. Oh yeah. Also, hi. Pain refugee.
It's a miracle to run into people like you. We're not the miracle, ma'am. You are, all of you, for being strong enough until the very end.
Strong until the very end.
Thank you so much, regardless. I can still move. Let me help you with the others. This way you can get some rest. You're not much older than my own child, now that I get a better look at you.
That's how Rhodes Island works. We have about 10 minutes of rest before we head to the next location.
Closure? A little more time. There's not much room for improvement on that arts unit you're holding. Even Raiden and Mechanist could hardly do better. Conditions will only get worse from here. The better I do, the safer you guys will be. Thanks. Rescue work around Gibsonham is complete. Next, we'll be going to where your squad signal was lost. I see. We'll find them, alive or otherwise. Even if they're buried in the sand or originium, there will be traces. We'll find them and bring them home. I know how I feel, but Fang, I want to hear your thoughts too. Is it regrettable for a Rhodes Island operator to die in a war between the Sarkas and the Victorians, when they have nothing to do with either side of the war? Any sacrifice is regrettable. After Ace died, Pickle cried for many nights with his shield in her arms.
No.
Why him? Why there? Why then? I get that feeling too, every single time. But what I really want to know is, how do the people who sacrifice it feel? I'm sure they have their own regrets. We are none of us saints. That's why we fear death. That's why you feel pain over your decision. But I have no regrets about participating in this operation. If not for Lava, Hibiscus, or our other Sarkas friends, then at least for the people here, even though I don't know any of them. It was a catastrophe that brought me from Colombia to Rhodes Island. That catastrophe taught me one thing, that suffering does not discriminate. I came here today because I know that you will come I came here today because I know that you will come when my home needs help, when the people I care about need help. You're right. We'll be there.
Oh, I couldn't show, but yeah, Fang looks like she's wearing, she has a candy.
Rhodes Island. You know something? I've been addicted to the web since a very young age, because there's the only place I knew without segregation. The other vampire children and I, vampires and the other Sarkas. Sarkas and everyone else. Catastrophe, nations, class, disease. It was Teresa who took me from the confines of my home and showed me another possibility. A ship that sails the waves of disaster, rescues those who are suffering, and fosters companionship beyond personal interests. Sounds surreal, huh? But the road sailing has traveled thus far is very real. I'll continue to analyze the anomalies caused by Omni-Man. I also want to hear your answer to my question. Cal sits in the doctors too. The data belongs to Ivres, to Valen, to Victor, to Road Silent. One day, it may belong to everyone.
Cool. This is how they feel about this one war. Then what Oracle and Priest must feel when they carry regrets of entire humanity that perish. So this is just to keep this plan back in Babel? Sure. I mean, I still don't think that outweighs what's, with the current civilization, though. Like, I don't think that fixes, like... I don't know, say that Oracle succeeded, but at the price of another civilization? It's like, was it worth it? I mean, I guess he thought it was. I don't know. You mean to say Terra's internet don't have races? Yeah, one can only hope. This I show, this is how... Okay, yeah. Oh, this is how, yeah, okay. For some reason I actually read it that this is how. Even though, yeah, it said this I show. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, but I mean, that's a fair perspective. I get what you mean. Dot dot dot. Oh man. This. Oh no, this is how. Yeah. Anyway. I think something's wrong with the diffractometer sensor. But it might be until we have sacrificed too much to turn back route. Sure, but I mean, they don't necessarily have to turn back. They just had to find a different route, It feels like they were so caught on to that route that they just didn't take time to see if there was a different way. Yeah. But I mean, I do get what you mean, kinda. What was I gonna say? I had a different thing to say about that. Yeah. But as they said, I mean, the point of what they said was that any sacrifice is regrettable. So I mean, sacrificing a civilization to bring them back doesn't seem worth it. But I get that part of we sacrifice so much to turn back. Sure, but sacrificing even more doesn't seem like the way either. So yeah, I think that was the logic. That what you said, Les. But yeah. Let's see. Heck, nothing's wrong with it. Oh, whoops. That's... Oh, our rewatch. Yeah, that's what you meant by rewatch. Okay, sorry. I really thought it was... Oh, no. Yeah, the previous one is when the Godin arrives, and then the next one is when they reject it. Wait, really? That was before and after? It just felt so... This felt so short, I guess. Not this chapter. I guess the previous one was shorter or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, but okay. We have time for one more read, so yeah, I thought we were gonna finish one stage, like we were gonna wrap up the stage here. But okay. That was weird. Abandoned mansion, Londinium outskirts. Oh yeah, these guys. Is she back? Not yet. Damn, it was hard enough dodging those devils. How did she survive and even find us? How the heck did she know that I did business with the devils? Well, consider that business deal lost. What about you? How'd she get you? She held a crossbow to my head. I knew her from before. She didn't used to be so... Didn't used to be so what? There she is. Go on. No, I didn't. The soldier who has served the Dukes all his life lies on the ground, a crossbow pointed at his forehead. Again? The voice of the one holding the crossbow is cold as ice.
I'm waiting.
Sorry, Milscar. I shouldn't have... Ah! The wall pierces his ear. Ow. Ow.
Some people punch holes in their pets' ears as a sign of ownership. I mean, it's not a pet, of course, but sometimes they're not so different, are they?
Well, dang.
Now get back up and give me a status report. Have you done what I've asked of you?
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am. Well, the reception of the monitoring station was really bad, so even though we tried to gather as much information as possible...
Skip to the conclusion.
Thank you. Thank you. Please keep doing that. Please keep doing that type of writing where the person just goes, please just go to the point. We really need more of that. I promise the word count will go down so much. Please. Please, writers. You know it's true. You know it's true.
Based on what little information the Tribly Asher left behind, and the occasional intercepted comms, we can confirm that a unit called the Exemplars has been formed, and its leader is most likely the one you spoke of, Vina. They seem to be headed for the front of Silverrock Bluffs. Silverrock Bluffs. They are really staying in this war. Keep at it. Notify me of any new developments.
Yes, ma'am. When even Ryder gets bored. Honestly, I kind of feel like that's why they ended the chapter, or like why this is the end of the Victoria arc. Because I feel like they could have still gone at least one more or two more episodes. But I really feel like they just wanted to wrap it up at this point. Which I think they're doing a good job so far. It doesn't feel super rushed, but it does feel like, as a whole, like if you think back to everything in the Victoria arc, it does feel like there's a lot more that they could have wrapped up. But yeah, I guess they're just choosing to focus on this.
Well, this is easier than I expected. I thought it would be tougher. No scruples, no axe to put up. I found Victoria.
Oh, shoot.
A red light flashes a few times in the deep shadows. Isn't it your job to protect her?
Well, there you go. 43 hours into the operation. Keep going forward. Yep, keep on going. Oh, hi Ursula.
I knew you will come.
Ursula. They do a lot of recap events after this. Yeah. They which kinda helps, but again, I do wish it had been more fleshed out, because in an event you don't have as much time, right, to flesh out the stories, but yeah. That's kinda how I feel about the Reed Altar event. I wonder if that's how I'll feel about the later ones, but it is nice that at least they did something, yeah.
That Mad Bomber W came once to set up this prison. Ines came twice to show compassion. Same old Ines, always a tad slow with her retort when she's focused on someone else's shadow. Now it's you. What have you come to say?
Have you thought it over?
That's my line. Your situation is perilous. Your only vehicle lies disabled. As the pilot, I'm very likely to know something that you don't.
Excuse me?
And probably am waiting for the right time to strike. Really, you should kill me, Hodder.
I would rather you helped us with what we know.
In your dreams. I already turned you down once. You give me too little credit if you think I will change my mind just because I'm a prisoner.
3 times.
What?
You saved our lives 3 times back in Castle. My life once, Ines's life twice.
You wrote all that in your diary?
Name your price. I'll do my best to pay it.
You'll go bankrupt if you quit the mercenary's life to open a business.
I just want as many Sarkas to make it back to Castle alive as possible.
Such grand ambitions. But enough chit-chat. Let the old rules of Scar Market lie buried beneath Castile, or that is settled. One last warning, Hodder. Kill me now, or you'll regret it.
Did it ever occur to you that we both want the same thing?
Enough of your righteous crap. Don't try to buy my life with your flowery words, old friend. They're not much better than money.
Was her mini-boss... It was in the previous chapter, right? In episode 13? A mercenary takes no sides. But you and I aren't really mercenaries anymore. Yeah, it was with But was it this previous one? Yeah. Because it wasn't the payload. It was the worms. Yeah, the mechanic. Oh, I guess the worms was the payload, right? They had, I guess, 2 mechanics. Dang. I actually really like the mechanics in that chapter. You wanna bet, Dines? Hodder is gonna try talking Ulsula into helping her for old time's sake at Scar Market. Ulsula is gonna tell him to just get it over with. And Hodder is gonna come back with a long face. What's the wager? That's it? I fear you'll be jealous for the 2 of them all alone in a room together. W. Stop trying to read my shadowiness. I'm not in the mood. The Bunny and the Victorian have been gone for a while. Wonder how things are going out there. Yeah, it was. Okay. Bonesy's still playing dead. Bonesy. And Theresa's catastrophe refuses to go away. Who knows? Maybe Manfred's just gonna pop out of nowhere. I mean, probably. I could have blown Theresa's up right there and then. Right then and there. Sorry, just changing the air, 'cause it's getting a little cold now. And that's not gonna be helpful if it's warm outside. I know you're restless because of Theresa, but hold that fuse for a moment. We have a lot of prep work to do. Who said I was? Hi. Oh, it's W. Yeah, W, squad member. We got a problem, W. Out with it. It's time for a shift change, but not all our scouts came back. Krian's team went over the north side of the canyon, and we can't reach them. Don't tell me they ran into a decent enemy caster. When was your last communication? Almost 3 hours ago. If our enemy could make an entire merc squad disappear without a sound, they would have been on top of us by now. The most important thing to do at the moment is keep the lifeboat safe. We're just gonna sit here when we know something's going on outside? I agree with Ines. We know nothing about this place. The safest course of action is to concentrate our forces. Cut the crap. My men are missing. I want to know why. If they got lost, I'll bring them back. If somebody did them in, I'll return the favor. Calm down. This could be a trap to split us up. I don't like playing defense. Even if it's a trap, I'll just blast them out of hiding. Give me half a day. If I don't come back, that means I'm up against a real nasty piece of work. Don't come after me. Get your defenses ready. If you get a call from Amiya, don't wait for me. Just activate the lifeboat. I'll take my own squad. No need to bother anyone else. You lot, grab your weapons and follow me. Well, there she goes. Oh, we're going right now. Okay, thought that was gonna be the next one. Is this where they went? Should be. This cave was all we saw when we went north into the canyon. We don't know what's inside. Hidden passage? The court's secret cache? If this was a secret base of the real court, we'd have been a couple hundred vampires and axers in our asses the moment we fell in here. Based on Closure's intel, we're in the hills of the west of Londinium, a good distance from the main battlefield where those old farts are. Somehow though, I smell the old moldy stench from someone who's been here for ages. I don't like old stuff, but I'm sure Holder will love it. Dude, you probably would, yeah. Let me guess. What enemy did our lucky winners run into? Oh, that's why the symbol means. Yeah, they're part of the W squad. I see. W, when did you use your bombs? In Lucianel? Did you see me use them on our way here? Then what are these burn marks on the wall? Huh? Strange. No sign of varets. But how do you leave the mark like this on stone then? Did you hear that? What is it this time? It's the sound of someone striking iron. There's somebody here. Oh. You're just hearing things. Stop spooking yourself. Nobody's here. Do we keep going, W? I have a bad feeling about this. Of course. Why do you think we're here? That's top grade gear you are using. I'm not rich enough to just let them rot in some cave. Have you heard the Sarkas legend? Before Quilon was even born, the Sarkas and the Red Dragon. Shut up. One historian in Holder is enough. Say any more and I'll throw you to the front.
What is it? Blood, but not Sarkis. It's fresh. Get ready to fight!
Oh shoot. Yep, there they are, the chimeras. They are pretty cool, I like their designs. For these like monstrous things. Okay, that's it. Okay, so we do have time, yeah. Let's read one more. Before we end the stream. Hello. Hello. There we go. Cave search. A strange place, a strange figure. Whoa. Yeah, oh, there they are. Yeah, they're really cool. Next chapters, I think we should read how we were reading through the chapters before, where as we go through the stages, yeah, we also read through the story. I think that works pretty well. We don't make as much progress in the story at a time, but, you know, at least it helps. Because we make progress in the story at the same time, and usually the main story, especially, is very connected to, you know, what happens in the story versus what happens in the gameplay. It's a lot more connected than in, like, events or stuff like that. Aside from, I guess, Babel and other stuff. Oh, yeah. Whenever later. We still have time. When was it this late? I mean, that has happened, yeah. Please remind me to have this one be the last. If I don't, obviously. But I probably will. Well, maybe. I don't know. But we'll see. Strange howl. Our weapons don't work. This thing just won't die. Aim for its head. We'll see how many hits it can take. It's too fast. We can hit it. Draw its attention. I'll try to hit it from behind. Dang. Yeah, these things were strong. Whoa, man. The mercenary attempts to go around the monster, but one swing of its tail sends him slamming into a rock wall. Gee. None of the attacks seem to have caused any real damage. It flaps its wings, and scorching winds engulf the cave, making the air even thinner. Now I know about thin air. I feel like I'm going through that right now. The ground quakes, and spikes erupt from under the earth, hurtling towards everyone. Hurtling. Yes. Shut up. I said shut it, you short-legged moth. Dang. Song-like cry. The monster immediately locks onto where the damage came from, surprisingly agile for its size. In the brief time it takes W to reload, the monster had already closed the distance, its fang nearly grazing her face. I don't know how you got that ugly mug, but you'll need a bigger one to eat me. Chew on this instead, sucker! Dang. We keep going until W uses next time Ines goes invisible. Wonder why they don't throw this chimera out of the main battlefield and make a friendly fire issue, maybe. Yeah. Until... Oh, next time until Ines goes invisible. Wait, what? We keep going until... I don't know what you meant. I'm sorry. Is it death? Hard to live with a big hole in its face, eh? Are you okay? I've always been good at blast control. Oh, it was supposed to be deleted, but it didn't. Yeah, that has happened to me too. I got a theory, W. A game theory. There might just be a game theory. There might just be a lost circus court called the Bone Fiend or something. And you're his last princess. Very funny. But what the hell is this? Doesn't look like any animal I've seen. I heard that some of those Colombian crazies sew parts of different animals together. Maybe this is what they're doing? Unfortunately, I know a bunch of circus crazies who do the same thing. It reeks of witchcraft. Confessorius monsters? Why out here in the middle of nowhere? Them being here is no coincidence. There must be something else in the cave. Did this thing eat our guys? The only way to find out is to cut it open. We are sure it's dead, right? I don't know. Whoa, okay, well, if that one isn't, there's still a lot left. Damn, this thing had friends? They blocked the entrance. What do we do? Run! I mean, she seems fairly concerned for the well-being of this soldier, you know? I feel like W has changed a lot since her original days, right? Back when W, I feel like we was just throwing them at the explosives in herself. Just loading them, but you know, this is your equipment. It's just a vest loaded with explosives all around. 48 hours into the operation. Oh, right, there's supposed to be a time limit, right? It's supposed to be 3 days. Maybe she just realized how expensive it is. Maybe. You know, maybe, yeah, maybe now with Rhodes Island is actually charging her for every time she does that. And he's like, oh, this is getting expensive. W, unemployed. Your perspective changes drastically. I understand you literally shoot money into the air, right? W mostly care about hers people. Well, now she definitely seems to. Unless in the past it wasn't hers people, so maybe that's what changed, yeah. Perspective, yeah. What time is it? Would it mean anything to you? Call it a professional habit. I feel better when I know what time it is. You're holding... Was that a compass or a clock? I guess it has to be a compass, right? Because it will be fun if it was a clock. And she's holding it. Oh, yes. 6 p.m. 2 days since we crashed into the canyon. Oh, yep, there you go. What did he say 1800 before, and now he said 6 p.m.? 2 days. Enough to do a lot of things. Do you remember, Hodder? The 3 of us were on a mission to steal a Sargonian Pasha's treasure. We got the treasure, but also 100 or so people on our tails. What time is it? It's huge and stream hours. Yeah, I gotta go. Oh, crap. We hid in a cave for 2 whole days. We were starving, but were too afraid to light a fire or leave. It was Ines who stitched your wounds up. You wouldn't have made it otherwise. I said the sun's almost up. Just let me bathe in the sun for a little bit, and I'll feel much better. I must have stopped you. There were enemies outside. We couldn't risk exposing ourselves. No, you didn't stop me. Ines teased me. She found it hilarious that a Scar Market merc will miss the sun. Sure, the Scar Market is under castle and never sees the sun. I became the pilot of this skeleton when I joined the military commission staff as a major. When I took the young ones back and forth between Castle and Londinium, it was like we had outrun the sun. I can't go back. None of the Sarkas can. Ursula? Lily started to care about her own until after she met Theresa? Yeah, probably. I mean, it probably helped. But I mean, after that, when she was reunion, she seemed to be back to her usual ways. Because, yeah, I mean, she probably wasn't, it wasn't her people anymore. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, exactly what you said. Right. What's going on? They're here. The skeleton is moving? Oh, good night, Trisel. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you for coming by. Boy. See ya. Take care. Hope you have a good rest. Yeah, we're only gonna be finish reading through this one. Again, as I say. And yeah, we'll be done for now, so yeah. Hopefully you won't miss much. For a moment, the Fairmouth skeleton seems to be moving, but Holderer soon realizes it was not the nerve clusters or bones that are moving. Nails. The ship and pilot have always been one. Lifebone is never merely composed of the Fairmouth skeletons. Rows of long nails are affixed to the massive frame, assembling it into a transport ship. One of them, infused with her arts, pierces through the critical section of the spinal column. She and the skeleton have always been linked by witchcraft. The arts of the Royal Court casters have connected me, I guess, to the skeleton, or have me connected to the skeleton. I can sense it. No need to be anxious. It's not going to wake up yet, but this little bit of connection, and what remains of the Fairmouth's power on this nail, are enough to get me out of here. This nail belongs to me. It's linked to my bones. I'm taking it with me. What happens when a Fairmouth's powers are applied directly to the human body? It's not so bad to cut loose once in a while, just like the old days. The spine is cracking. No! I told you, Hodder, that you'll regret not killing me. Or would you say that this is just another inevitable chapter of history? Yeah, crap. Hodder thrust his giant sword into the space of the missing nail, barely in time to hold the critical section in place. But even this fleeting moment is enough for his prisoners to escape her chains.
Ursula leaps through a crack in the ribs, disappearing into the fire along with bone damage and nerve tissue. Ursula! Ursula, the hero drifting among the shards of history, always trying to save others. Have I ever told you that the name suits you better? Yep, it definitely does. That's what I'm saying. Look at the cape. Yeah. How many of them are there? It's a dead end ahead. I wasn't planning to escape from the front. I just needed space for my bombs. Get down! Let's go. Oh. Are they dead? Let's hope the rocks I brought down were enough to crush their skulls. What are they doing here? Are they protecting something? How am I supposed to know? Do you seriously believe I can talk to monsters? So... I guess we really did find something incredible. It's too bad Crane's team got eaten by these things. Not all of us. Oh. You're alive! What the hell happened? We found the cave on patrol and decided to check it for any potent secret passages. Potential, but any potent? That's when we ran into these monsters. Tyre, Buckler, and Not got eaten. The rest of us ran for our lives. For some reason, the monsters wouldn't come this way. But we couldn't get out either. So we were just stuck here until you showed up. I mean, we might still be stuck. Don't get your hopes up. Maybe we'll get Ursula as a holder altar. Yo, that'd be cool. Bloody hell. Asking those things... Why are you British now? Asking those things and having us make clothes out of them. What did you find inside? Not much. I've left markers on the way if you want to see yourself. Go that way, past a few masked bodies, then take the right fork. Masked bodies? A few skeletons that have been there for years. Must have run away from Londinium a few years ago. The strange thing is, they all cut their own horns off. Masked bodies? Severed horns? Their heads were all wrapped up. Maybe some tribal tradition? Yeah, sounds familiar. Crap, either you're going crazy or I am. Old enemies? Don't worry, they are very dead. Take me there now. Yeah, the assassin, right? The assassins, I mean. This is the place. What's the matter, W? I've never seen you like this before. Shut up. Several bodies lean against the wall. W bends down and examines them meticulously. Yep. There is nothing left but bones. All dead by severe injuries. Not question about that. Looks like someone tended to their bodies after death. Maybe they're friends, but it's been years, judging by the dust. There's a small altar in the corner. No sign of witchcraft, so I think it's purely for memorial purposes. Are these all of them? Why? Why will these assassins be here? Only these? No others? What do you mean? Are there supposed to be others? W... Hey, W! What is it this time? What's going on? Assassins? You said these were assassins? Yep. W, wait up! We checked the surrounding areas. There's nothing else suspicious. I recognize their outfits. These traitors. They should have been dead by now. If they're here, that means... No, this can't be. That's ridiculous. W, I heard that Her Highness Theresa's body was stolen from Babel. Don't ask me. How am I supposed to know? The next time Theresa appeared after the attack on Babel was in Londinium. We are close to Londinium. Shut up, I know that. What do we do? What do we do now? Should we... Go back and tell Ines to be on maximum alert. She'll take care of the rest. As for me... I'm going to clean up loose ends. Well, it sounds like she had been doing that already. Yeah, from this. This is meaningless, mercenary. I see no reason for us to fight. The war is over. Whether we live or die is inconsequential to this outcome. You don't get to talk about meaning. Her blood is still in your hands. You and your accomplices. Anyone still alive. I'll find all of you. You can run and hide, but I'll find you and tear you apart bone by bone. I know my sins better than anyone. I would have ended my own life even if I hadn't run into you today. Go on, do it.
it quells your worthless anger. But you're too late, mercenary. You couldn't save her. Shut the... Yeah, that sucks. Well, at least you got that one. I've made many mistakes in my life, but on this one thing, there's no way I could avert. I killed all the traitors. I remember exactly how each one died, even the expression on their faces as they went. But why did the scums die here? I mean, they've got that X-ray vision to see their expressions. Kelsey said the confessary resurrected her. Why did they need a living, breathing Teresa? Is there more to it than Teresa's plans for the leadership of the circus? Teresa's confessary. I couldn't care less about whatever schemes you're plotting, but you desecrated someone you should never have. Which is why I'll kill you all, if it's the last thing I do. Just what the hell is this place? What's this door doing here? Out of my way! Whoa. Well, here we are. What the heck is this? A strange sight indeed. The narrow passage opens to a vast, shadowy cavern, untouched by sunlight. The chilling cave is strewn by dusty weapons and armor. The space is dotted with bizarre crystals, massive patterns, reminiscent of eerie symbols, stretched ominously from the walls down to the ground. W is overcome by an unsettling sensation, as though it is not she who gazes upon the vast underground structure, but the other way around. Clank. A blunt sound echoes through the cave. Whoa. Clank, clank. W recognizes it as the sound of bones being crushed by a heavy object. Hello. Who goes there? Yeah, that's a cool design. It's a cool guy. Okay, I said last time. I said last one. I made last one. This one was 14 minutes. This one, or 16 minutes. This one lasted. This one was pretty short, surprisingly. I was rushing a little bit. Wait. Why did it throw me back into standard? What? Okay, I don't know. Anyway. We left at 5. Okay. We are speed, indeed. It's okay, we left at 5. I read up until what? 21, okay. Oh boy. I feel like I read up until, yeah, it might have been up until 13 or before 13. Yeah, one of these two, before the switch happened. Because I was like, oh, this is halfway through, so I'll make the video about the first half before I do the second half. So yeah, that's the plan for now. Either way. Heavy start and end, I agree, yep. That's I think that's a good place to leave it at. So yeah, 5. 14, 5. It's the last one. Alright, well. With all that said, I think that's everything for today. No
Have you been on the
pulls,
ship
no
all day, Doctor?
need for a banner. I'll accept a friend request after this.
No, I just happened to be behind
yeah.
you.
Oh,
It's
let's reroll
pure
this, I guess.
coincidence.
Come on. Nope. It's been so long since I got in a top operator tag. Not that I'm complaining. Just, you know, it's cool when you get one. But yeah, okay, it always starts from the beginning. And okay, we are locked in at first. Okay. But yeah, I agree. So far, so good. I'm liking the story so far, especially this revision that I'm doing. But yeah, I guess we'll see where it continues. Obviously, next Tuesday we're continuing this. Thursday we're gonna be playing through Deltarune, I'm in. And yeah, obviously, well, today, no, probably tomorrow, and then hopefully Friday will be the final 2 episodes of FNAF Secret of the Mimic. So I'm really excited to get that done. And yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the week. So yeah. Thank you for watching though. Yeah, thank you Les. Thank you Tris also for being here. Mattel left a while ago. But yeah, thank you everyone. The contingency also. Where are you? Yeah, Vergan also. Anyone chat and anyone lurking, thank you so much. Once again. Let your revenge not. Oh, yeah, let your revenge not be in vain, fellow doctors. Agreed. Remind to keep Londinium podcast turned off. Yes, yes. Don't let the media consume you or something, corrupt you. Yeah, corrupt youth. Yes. Anyway, with all that said, I'm Aren, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye, everyone. Take care.